Welcome everyone once again to the Blue Stand. Today, I know it's end of season. We will discuss the Newcastle game, our last home game, last game of the season. We will discuss, the game. I will mention the Frank Lampards comments after the game. And first of all, I must welcome our new manager, Pochettino. Let's get him up. Hold on a second. New manager. Um, he was announced the other day. It's officially announced. Pochettino is our manager. He will take control. I think it starts in July. And let's hope, he's going to be the right one for us. We've had enough of managers this season. We've Tuchel getting sacked, bringing Graham Potter in, and of course, a big mistake to bring Frank Lampard in. But we know he wasn't going to say no, but it was the wrong move anyway because he's not a top manager yet. He's got a long way to go, and I think he knows himself. But let's bring our new manager up. Let's hope he does well. He wasn't my first choice. I think everyone knows my first choice was Jose Mourinho always, and I'm not sure if Chelsea. There was rumors that they talked to Jose and he said no. I don't believe that. It was all rumors. I don't think Chelsea even approached Jose, but really, if I couldn't get Jose, I was in for Enrique. Pochettino is not a bad manager. He's not world class yet, but he is a good manager. We mustn't forget what he did with that Tottenham team. Nearly got them to the league title, finished second. Got to the Champions League final as well with them. So let's see. I will back him. Like most Chelsea fans, we have to back him, give him time. He ain't gonna get everything right straight away, but let's see what happens. I have full faith in him. I'm very optimistic for next year. We should, I'll be happy to finish in the top six. If he does that, it'd be an achievement for me, and we can move on. But we're not going to win any league straight away unless a miracle happens. This is not it's not like when Antonio Conte came in 2017, and we won the league. At that time, we had great players at the club. We wasn't playing any Europe like we won't be next year, but it's a different situation. It will take a bit of time for Poch to get rid of the players who are not wanted. The squad is overloaded. Too many players in the squad. We have to trim it down, and I think that's his first task. And after, to bring on one or two players, the ones he wants. First of all, I hope he goes for the centre forward. I think we need a centre forward more than a DM or a defender right now. My first choice is a number 9, pure number 9 who can get goals, like what we had before with Costa, Drogba, Kerry Dixon, and so on. I can go, all the way down in Chelsea's history. We've always had a proper number 9. That's when we succeeded. Goes from the 60s to the 2000s. Always had a number 9, great number 9. So let's hope we get that proper number 9. We will discuss that later on. See if the panel is coming. No one's in here yet. But let's move on to let's go to the game. Yeah, the game on Sunday. As you see, this is just some pictures. This is, I think, when we missed so many chances. um, yeah, let's go into the game. Hold on a minute. Yeah, right. Yeah, we ended the season with a 1-1 draw with Newcastle, of course. It wasn't a bad game. Uh, it was entertaining, really. We made chances. We should have had. We could have won. We should have won. Really, I think we deserve to win. But same old story. We don't have a number 9 to put the ball in the net. Newcastle scored through the guy we wanted last year, Anthony Gordon. Good goal by him. Then we were lucky. We got equaliser with a own goal by Trippier. We were lucky there. It was that's how the game finished, 1-1. Wasn't much to talk about. We missed chances. Sterling could have made it 2-1. He had a couple of chances he missed. I don't know why Felix right at the end, a great header, but he's not a number 9. He's not tall enough to get the ball in the net. Great header, but we missed again. It was frustrating. The only, I would say, the only good from that game for me was this guy here, Noni Medvecki. He had a great game. Young player. He's, every time I see him, he's getting better. Great performance. We should have been on the winning side. And of course, Lewis Hall, he had a good game as well for me. Yeah, he's getting better as well every time I see him. I'm sure he'd be in Poch's plans. Yeah, with a few other youngsters. The youngsters we bought, they're great players. You just need proper coaching. They haven't had a manager all season, proper manager. That's what we were lacking. One of the reasons we finished 12th in the league was a lack of management, coaching, and of course the players. They didn't show any spirit, any passion, fight in most of the games. It was, it wasn't Chelsea we were watching really. Yeah, so let's see let's go through Frank Lampard's comments. Yeah, end of the game, the Frank and the players, took the appreciation from the fans. Went around the pitch. Frank said it was nice to say goodbye and have a moment at the end with the supporters. He was saying, I really appreciate the Chelsea fans and the support they've given me. I'm not one to get too nostalgic, and I know that I have a really good bond with the club anyway. But seeing the support from the fans at the end to give me and the lads, that send-off was really special, and I thank them all for that. Yeah, you should be thanking them. You're a great legend, so we're gonna give you support, even if even if you can't manage. He was said, "I'll be back again watching." He was saying, "Yeah, I'll be back again watching a game soon. I'm sure I'll always be a fan of this football club." Yeah, of course you should be. Yeah, talking about the game, he said you felt we did enough to win the match, considering how much possession we enjoyed and the number of chances we created. Yes, we create a lot of chances, but we can't finish them. That's the problem. Frank was pleased to see a much improved performance from his players. Yeah, he said we deserve to win. When reflecting on the game we played, how I think the Chelsea side should play today. We were a lot more confident on the ball. We created a lot of chances and we were a threat. To be fair to Newcastle, we conceded a few chances to them as well. with a game that had nothing to play for as such. I thought both teams played with a lot of freedom, and that created a good open game. But I think we should have won the game. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's what he said roughly. Wasn't much. But of course, we have to mention this great legend here, one and only Asfield, Asfield Aqueta. Great service. I think we've seen the last game. He got a big reception, plus banners around the bridge saying legend. Let's show some pictures here. Oh, yeah, great legend, great guy, great professional. Nothing bad to say about Aspie. He fought, with everything for this club. He will go down in history as one of another great legend. Yeah, here's the banner from the fans. We just call you legend. That's the song the Dave song. Yeah, great from the fans. It was great to see. Asfi really appreciated it, and yeah, he deserved every applause from everyone. Great guy, great career. And let's see what he does when he moves on. But yeah, he's had his last game. Great legend. And our player of the season award went to Thiago Silva. I'm not complaining. I actually voted for Kepa myself. But it was tied. I had Thiago second. It was Kepa or Thiago for me. I thought Kepa done great when he came in at the start. He hardly conceded a lot of goals. He was great, but yeah, great to see Thiago with the trophy. I love this guy. From the day he walked in the club, great professional, great player, the best in the world for me still at the age of 38. Best centre back in the world for me still. I have no doubts about that. Yeah, let's just go to the comments here and see what's going on here. Yeah, let's see. JP, the Anytime podcast. Big up, Nick. At work right now, but I came to stop by. Glad to see the season done. Lampard is done as manager, and now Poch can build his squad. Yeah, absolutely agree. Great, yeah. Thanks, JP. Yeah, folks, please go and subscribe to JP's channel, the Anytime podcast. You'll find him on YouTube. Yeah, a great channel. He's a great guy. So please subscribe to his channel. Yeah. What he's saying here. Yeah, JP, as for always, as El Captain. Yes, of course. Great player, great legend, great person. Yeah, all the best to Aspie. Yeah, George, see, big up to you, George. Sorry, Nick, but I can't subscribe to you anymore. What's all this rubbish? You're talking rubbish, my friend. Real silly rubbish. That's all stupid things by young people trying to make me look bad, and you believe them. Is you can go and believe them, but you shouldn't put these comments up here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's not nice what people are doing. I've reported all these people. They will be banned. Twitter dealing with it right now. It's young, silly people. Um, yeah, so I don't need you coming on here talking rubbish. I thought you were big enough, better than that. Anyway, yeah, sorry, chat with people. Um, Forget that guy's comments. A young boy is talking rubbish on Twitter. nothing else. Yeah, so let's move back to, let's get some pictures up. Yeah, we mentioned the game. And here's another picture. Mason Mount looks like he had his last game for us. There's a lot of speculation about him going to Man United, which could happen. United, Arsenal, Newcastle, I think they're all interested. Liverpool. So I don't know. Let's see what happens with him. He doesn't want to sign the contract. I think the contract is a good one. If he wants to be greedy, let him go to United. No one's bigger in the club. Not Mason Mount or anyone else for me. Yeah. Yeah, showed us. Yeah. Sorry, what's this one? Yeah, and Chukwuemeka, he came on. He was all right. I like Chukwuemeka. He's another young player who's going to do well at the club. I can see great future for him as well. Yeah. I don't know where the panelists are gone. No one's here yet. If they're coming on, I'm not sure. Well, let's check on that. Let's see. Hold on a second. See what's going on. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so it's still early. People, they come a bit late usually. But let's go back. There's no more comments here. Yeah, we have another comment here. Let's read it. Doesn't have to be Chelsea fans. We have our friend David Link. He's a Leeds fan. All fans are welcome here, David. Hi there. I'm from Leeds fan. I hope you don't want to see Leeds fan in here, but I wish we had a better season. Yeah, I feel sorry for you, as we're massive rivals. But I didn't want Leeds to go down because it's always a great game when Chelsea and Leeds face each other at Ellen Road or Stamford Bridge. It's been like this since the 70s, since the 1970 FA Cup final. We have a lot of banter, but yeah, you're welcome here. Yeah, I was hoping you stay up. Of everyone, I didn't mind. I wanted Bournemouth to go down actually because they're a small club, but I think you have a chance with Big Sam to bounce back if you keep him. Yeah, I think he can bring you back straight away. Yeah, it's sad for Leeds, I know. Another feeling, we had relegation in our history. Twice we went down in my years, and it wasn't good. But it was great to come back up. Yeah, another feeling. What's he saying here? Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, big up to you, Bobby. Yeah, let's hope you come on. Big up, Bobby. And David is saying, I was at the game and I was crying so much. Yeah, another feeling. I did the same when I was young. I'm sure you're a young chap. I remember when I was 14 years old, I think. We played Leighton Orient in 1972, yeah, at Leighton Orient. And I went to the game, of course. It was packed out, 45,000, mostly Chelsea fans, of course. But it was a great game. We went 2-0 up. Then second half, I don't know what happened. It was one of those games, one of those from the comic books, from the, Royal of the Rovers stuff. And Orient came back and they beat us 3-2. I went home, I locked myself in my room and I was crying for 2 days. And my mum was knocking on the door and I wouldn't open. I was so sad. I know the feeling, David. So it's not just you. Yeah, big up, Bobby. Yeah, I said big up. Yeah, so it's not just you, my friend. Happens to every fan. I hope that they sell the players and didn't want to stay and play for the games that we had remaining. They didn't explain. I hope the sell the players that didn't want to and play for the games. Oh, the players you sold, they should have stayed. Yes, I understand what you're saying now. Yeah, yeah. I know it's hard when you go down. It's the worst feeling. It happened to me twice, like I said, and it wasn't a nice feeling. But I'm sure Leeds will come back. They're a big club, massive club actually. It's like ourselves. Leeds United, always been a big club, but because they went down and stayed down for 13 years, I think, it wasn't no good for them. But they came up, but they just went down. The problem with Leeds this year was, for me, the defending, silly mistakes at the back. Going forward, they were okay. They can score anytime, but defending, they didn't have a clue how to defend. Yeah, that was a problem for me. Yeah, yeah. So good. I hope Leeds come back. Like I said, David. I know they're big rivals. When we play each other, we hate each other, but it's not the same rivalry I feel now because I wanted them to stay up. It's not like in the 70s when you had a great team, one of the best in the world at that time. With Jack Charlton, Billy Bremner, Alan Clark, Hunter, and all them. Yeah, that was your best team ever in those days. Um, and we were underdogs in that 1970 FA Cup final, but we won somehow. It was meant to be for Chelsea, but we had a great rivalry since the 70s. It's been unbelievable, and I'm going to miss that rivalry, really. Yeah, I hope you do, David. We might win the championship outright again. I think you can. You have, it depends. I hope not too many of your players will go. You have to keep your good players. Um, and I'm sure you can come back straight away. It's not easy, yes, but Leeds, you know the championship, you know what it's about, and I'm sure you can manage to come back. I think you and Leicester could be fighting for that top place. Yeah, even Leicester, I think, they have a chance to come straight back up. Southampton, I'm not sure about. I think they will struggle to maybe get in the playoff. Yeah, yeah, I think you can come back straight away. Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, what else is saying here? Oh, Bamford will go. Rodrigo will go. We might sign somebody better with scoring goals. Yeah, yeah. Bamford didn't show in the end. He was, I was watching a few games of yours. The reason why he missed that penalty, I forgot who it was against. You should have won that game. He missed a penalty. It was who was it against? A top team, if you remind me. And he missed the penalty. Otherwise, you would have gone and won. He cost you. Bamford was better last season for me. I don't know what happened to him this year. He wasn't the same Bamford I knew. Rodrigo, yeah, it would be hard to keep him. He's a good player, one of your best. But I'm sure you will get players. Yeah. Newcastle, that's it. It was Newcastle. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, Newcastle, you should have beat them. Because he missed a penalty, I think that's why you didn't win. And then points would have shown at the end. It just was too late. You left it not in your hands. It was up to Everton. And I thought Bournemouth would have at least get a draw. At the end, they could have get a draw and put Leicester straight up. But Everton somehow keep surviving. Season after season. I don't know what's going on with them. But I think Everton's luck will run out. I can see them, if they don't improve their squad, I can see them being the next team coming down. Well, we're going to see, but they've been lucky. How many years they've been lucky? God. Yeah. Yeah, it was Newcastle, yeah. Yeah, you did well, Manchester City. Yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah. At the end, you started, Sam came in, you started performing a little bit better. But you were leaking really bad goals. It was too late. I think it was too late. Yeah, just a bit too late. But like I said, I'm sure you do well next year, and hopefully you come back. Come back so we can rival each other like we did, like we always have. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's go to the. Yeah, okay, let's go back to the Newcastle game. I'm waiting for someone. Wait for Bobby to come on so we can do the ratings for the Newcastle game. We wait for Bobby. I think he's on the way. Let's just see what's going on here. Yeah, so where was I now? They're talking about the Newcastle game. Yeah, so 1-1 draw, nothing to play for. Really. So we finished 12th. Let's go through all the results anyway. The last games: Aston Villa 2, Brighton 1. Aston Villa make it to the Conference League. Brighton are in the Europa League. Everton, of course, 1-0 against Bournemouth. They managed to stay up again. Leeds, sorry to say to David, but Leeds 1, Tottenham 4. I didn't expect Tottenham to go and win 4-1. I thought Leeds would win. I had Leeds to win 2-0, my prediction, but it didn't come. I was surprised because Tottenham have been really terrible lately. But it was the old defending and giving them silly goals away, really. Yeah. Brentford 1, Manchester City 0. A great result for Brentford. Had a good season. United 2, Fulham 1. United coming back to get the 2-1 win. They were losing 1-0. Of course, they finish in the top 4. Yeah. Leicester, they won, but they still went down 2-1 against West Ham. And Arsenal had a great win 5-0 against Wolves. Nothing to play for both of these clubs. Southampton, of course, was a crazy game against Liverpool, 4-4. Liverpool in the Europa as well. And Palace won, Forest won. Again, good. Palace with Roy Hodgson coming really good at the end. So too Forest. Done well to stay up. Yeah. Yeah. So let's just check. We go through the table just to confirm everything. Where is it now? Hold on. Yeah, so City finished first, 89 points. Arsenal second, 84 points. Man United in third, 75 points. Newcastle, first time for 50 years or more than 50. They're in the Europa, in the Champions League, finishes in fourth with 71 points. It was unbelievable. You can see how happy these Newcastle fans were at Chelsea. They were celebrating from minute one to the last. They can't believe what's happening with their club now. Newcastle are back in the big time. And then we have fifth Liverpool, 67 points. They made the Europa, which is good, considering they were down with us halfway through the season. They were really down with us. But they managed to get there because they have a good manager in Klopp. We didn't have. Brighton finished sixth. Another club done really great to finish in the Europa places. And Aston Villa got the Conference League, 61 points. They haven't been in Europe for I don't know how long. It's a lot of years. And they were very happy to be in Europe again. Tottenham just missed out on in 8th place, 60 points. Brentford 59, Fulham 52. Palace finished 11th on 43. And eventually we finished 12th, 44 points. That's us, Chelsea. Wolves finished 10th, West Ham 14. Bournemouth finished 15th place, Forest in 16th place, and of course Everton just made it with 36 points, 2 points more than Leicester. Leicester in 18, Leeds 19, and Southampton 20. Then 3, gone down. Yeah, that was it. What happened, really. Yeah, it's just. Yeah. Anyway, let's go through the ratings. We're going to have a short show, it looks like, tonight. It won't be as long as usual, because no one's come on. Bobby said he's coming on, but I don't know when. If I'm still here, he's welcome, but we're not going to wait for anyone. So let's go. I'll give you my ratings if anyone in the chat wants to put the ratings for the players. Go along, please do so. Kepa didn't have a bad game. I'll give him 5. Aspie's last game, usual Aspie. He hasn't got the legs anyway. It hasn't got the legs, but he still does his job always. Great professional Aspie. JK saying, "Oh, he's coming on." So we wait for JK. We do that later. He's coming on. Okay. Yeah, so it was a not a bad game, but there's a lot of reasons why Chelsea finished 12th, worst ever position for 30 years. Of course, he started with Todd Bowley coming in as the new owner. He didn't know much about football. He didn't have a clue. And then, I don't know what actually happened with Thomas Tuchel. I thought if Thomas Tuchel was still the manager, we would have done better. We would have challenged for top four, no doubts. But he decided they didn't get on, so they sacked him out of the blue. Everyone was shocked, and we were even more shocked after because he went and got Graham Potter. I don't know how he thought about that, or how he came along. A lot of rumors saying that he was people were talking to him. He was getting advice from certain pundits, and that English pundits were telling him he's an up and coming coach. It was a joke. I was laughing. I knew he wasn't going to go down well. I knew he will fail from the start. From the first day I heard he was our manager, and it proved I was right. He was terrible. Didn't know where to play players. Didn't know who to take off. The wrong time. He's sitting on that bench, standing sometimes. Didn't have a clue. Didn't have no passion, no nothing. This guy, he came for the money, made his millions, and left. That's how Bowley didn't know nothing. So I'm not blaming him too much. And then, what does Bowley do? All right, we got rid of Potter. Should have got rid of him a long time before. Another mistake. Then what does he do to cover himself and to get the fans a bit, better mood? They bring Frank Lampard. As we all know, Frank, we knew before he came. When we heard he's coming, we know he can't manage a top club. He tried before. He can't manage a Chelsea team, Chelsea club, or any other top club. He done well with Derby County. That was it. He went to Everton, and look what happened to them. They were lucky to escape. They were lucky last year with him just escaping the last day of the season. So he's got a lot to learn, and he hasn't done any favors to himself. He's tarnished his legendary status. I love Frank Lampard as a player, as a legend, but he has tarnished it. Coming and losing game after game after game, and talking nonsense at all in the press conferences before the game and after the game, putting the lineup the wrong people in the lineup, wrong players, out of position. He didn't have a clue. Same as Graham Potter. No one. I think they're both the same level. Both of them. They for the Championship or League One level. That's what they are. These two. As a manager, sorry, Frank Lampard, but I have to say the truth. And all these comments, you're coming on laughing when we're losing game after game. All you do is laugh things off. But if the player came into a really bad situation, well, you shouldn't have come at all. If you ain't going to do anything better, don't come. We don't need you as a manager. Come as a fan, you're welcome anytime. But I've been going to Chelsea longer than you have, and I've been watching players like yourself. Great, you was a legend. You were great, but you can't manage. Stop doing it. I don't want you coming back at Chelsea again as a manager or coach or anything else. So try and get a job in the Championship or League One. Maybe you might do something, which I doubt. Yeah, so please keep away from Chelsea as a manager. Come as a fan like we are. Yeah, that's what I have to say with Frank Lampard. It just gets on my nerve a bit. Now coming to Mason Mount. Mason Mount still hasn't signed, as we all know. Um, a lot of rumors and comments on Twitter, people going crazy. Certain Chelsea fans, it's Bowley. This is Bowley's fault that Mason Mount's going to go because Bowley won't give him what he wants, and they're asking Bowley to go. They want to protest against Bowley. Some idiots, so-called Chelsea fans. They're not Chelsea fans. They support one player, and they always have. And I don't understand it. Mason Mount is not bigger than the club, and he's not our best player at the club. They're treating it like he was the best player ever, and he's leaving. No, it's up to him. If he wanted to stay and fight for his place, the time under Graham Potter, instead of coming onto the pitch and sulking like a 10-year-old, he might have done something. Now, they offered him good money, good contract. He doesn't want to sign. I can say it's good riddance. Go to United, go to Liverpool, go wherever you want. No one's bigger in the club. And I know all these Chelsea fans. Come and talk to me if you have any guts. Come here and talk to me. Or you so-called Chelsea Mason Mount lovers. All you do is talk rubbish. I can name you one after the other, but I won't. But no one's bigger in the club. You have to get that straight. We have people, great players in the past. They left, like Hazard had to go. He wanted to, his dream to play for Real Madrid. He was bigger than Mason Mount will ever be. A lot of players, ex-players, a lot bigger, a lot better, and people are crying for Mason Mount. What is this? What's wrong with his fan base? It's unbelievable, man. So I don't know where JK is. He said he's coming, but he's not here. Let me just go around. Hold on a minute. Yeah. He said he's coming. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's do the ratings. I don't know if anyone's coming on. They said they are, but they're not here. I'm not going to wait for anyone. Yes, I was saying Kepa, I think I'll give him 5. Aspie 6. Chalaba 5. Thiago Silva 6. Ruben. Yeah, he looked like Ruben's last game. You saw the way he was saying goodbye at the end. I'll give him 6. Enzo 7, Gallagher 6, Medvecki, my man of the match, great game. I'll give him 8. Havertz 2, Sterling 1. I'll give them 1 each. Havertz 1, Sterling 1. They were rubbish, terrible. I hope they both leave, really. Then you got Felix. Felix came on, could have scored, had a good chance. He's a good player, but we're not sure if he's going to stay now. There's a lot of speculation going on with him. I hope he does. I like the player. Kova came on. Looks like Kova could be going. Pulisic as well, I think. Didn't come on for that long. And Chukwuemeka, he came on. I like Chukwuemeka. He tried, but I can't really give them marks because they didn't play that long. So, I think we come to the end. We said everything. There's no panelists, so we have a short show for tonight. I don't know when the next show will be, but oh God, since I'm about to go, JKZ, I was going to. Let's bring JK in. JK.
Yo, big up. What you saying?
Big up. I was talking, I've run out of things to say. I've done everything myself. But I'll go to you. So you're not late. You are 1 hour late, yeah. But never late than never. Yeah, I was talking about everything. I started with the game. The game 1-1. Good performance. Frank Lampard comments, I agree with him. We could have won. We should have won that game. But because we keep missing chances, our season-long story can't put the ball in the net, make so many chances, but we
Mm.
simply can't score. That's the story of our season, really. Yeah, I was talking about that. Yeah. What's your thoughts on that
Um,
game?
it was, yeah. To be fair, I didn't expect too much going into that game.
Yeah,
I
nothing to
I
play
thought we
for.
were going to I thought we were going to lose, but unfortunately, I'll take the draw. I'll take the draw.
Yeah,
But it's not even about this game. It's the whole
no,
season. It's been shit. Uh,
yes,
if I was to describe the season in two words, it was appalling, disgraceful. Ah,
shambolic.
there's so many words, and I
Yeah,
think this is the worst. This is the worst season. This is the worst Chelsea team I've seen. And I've even looked at the YouTube Chelsea fans. They've even said it. They've even said it as well.
yeah, it is. It is.
And I also understand why some of the old fan base would agree as well. Because also, if you look at it, for our standards back in the days, if you look at the 80s and 70s, um, the standards were much lower. If you look at it for us, we weren't really as big as we were. Chelsea didn't spend too much money. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? As they did. Do you get what I'm saying? People said we got relegated, those were our worst ones. But then if you look at it for our standard, we did okay. Do you know what I'm saying? So
true.
if you look at the standard now and you look at the money we've been spending, the players, the type of players we brought in, these are not bad players. Do you
Yeah,
get what I'm saying? And to have such worse stats each game, for example, Chelsea have the worst goal percentage per 90. You know what I'm saying? Goals expected per game are always low. Do you know what I'm saying? Chelsea dominate games, but they do not score. Do you know what I'm saying? They cannot take their chances.
yeah, it's
Lots of
true.
players lack the basics that you've been taught from when you're a child playing football. They don't do it. The managers are so clueless. The owners as well have also made big mistakes that have cost us. I think they're the biggest reason why we're in this mess. Do you get what I'm saying? Because when
Yes,
you
I agree.
galvanize, yeah,
Yeah, go.
because when
Sorry,
you
Jake.
galvanize players,
Yeah,
when you galvanize a squad that has no chemistry, do you get what I'm saying? If you look at in January, these are not bad players, but probably under the right manager. But then if you look at it as well, Thomas Tuchel, he came in and did get us some wins. But then if you look at it, the football that he played was a bit was a bit predictable. Do you know what I'm
yes,
saying? If you look
yeah,
at the if you look if you rewind back to the shows we did, do you know what I'm saying? We've been talking about Tuchel's tactics. They're very unpredictable. They don't give freedom. They weren't allowing players that freedom to do what they need to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Not in a way that they have to do and come out of the tactics. No. Do you know what I'm
mm,
saying? But then sometimes these players need to have freedom. And that's what we complained about under Tuchel. Do you know what I'm saying?
of course.
Yeah, until we sacked him and we brought in Graham Potter.
God,
Why myself
God,
thought
God.
exactly.
I
Why
can't
myself
stop
thought he
laughing.
will hit
You
the
know,
run. Yeah,
because I never forget when you text me. It was you, I think, and
yeah.
you said to me that
I texted it on the
our new,
group.
yeah, you manager is a grandpa. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was
Yeah,
a joke,
that's
and
what I'm
it
trying to
wasn't a
say.
joke. I was talking what you said. I was saying before you come on, but go ahead, carry on. Yeah,
Then we had Graham Potter. To be fair, I was
yeah.
fooled. I was
Oh God.
fooled into thinking he would do something
But
because the
what did
football
I
at
say?
Brighton.
What did I say from the beginning? Do you
Yeah,
remember what I said
yeah,
about Potter? I
yeah. You
wanted
said he
him
weren't
out.
good.
No,
Yeah,
I knew he wasn't going to do anything. Yeah, go carry on.
maybe it's just that's just the English. That's just the English way of doing it, isn't it?
Oh my
They
God.
come to the big club. They
Yeah.
come to a place where it really matters, and they flop as
Yes.
always. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
They can't
Even
manage a top club.
exactly. And because of that, I do not want any English manager touching Chelsea again.
No,
You know what I'm
never.
saying?
Never.
Unfortunately.
God.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because they're just not good. They're so worthless. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't do
Yeah.
nothing. You know what
You
I'm
know,
saying?
it's a relief. It's a big relief the season's finished
The only
finally.
league they win, the
Yeah.
only league they can win is the Scottish League. That's it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
championship, League One,
Your
they do
championship
well. They do
or
well in
playoffs.
them
That's it.
leagues.
Yeah,
Um,
because that's their level. That's their level.
I can see Allardyce. If I think Leeds will keep him. I can see him bringing them back up. That's what he does. They can bring
We'll see.
teams up,
Yeah.
but they're going to struggle. They'll be at the bottom again.
Yeah,
They're not.
but like,
They're yeah. Gone.
yeah, but if I was to grade this season out of 10, this gets a zero. I mean,
Oh,
I don't know where
yeah.
I get at.
We can't give you
I don't know
give you.
where I give exactly. I don't know
Yeah.
where I give any point. I mean, it's been a shambles. I mean,
I tell you,
Chelsea literally
we
ever
finished
since we sacked
12th
Tuchel,
with
we played like
44
a
points.
relegation.
Yeah,
You played like a relegation side.
we did.
Do you get what I'm
That's what
saying?
we were mid-table when we sacked there 10, 11, 12, and we finished 12th. And
Yeah,
for,
but still,
30 years,
mm,
30 years since we finished that low. Disgraceful, man. I was going
yeah,
mad on here. Disgraceful. Uh, everyone's wants Bowley out, Bowley this, Bowley that now. Bowley is not Bowley's fault. It's a new era. It would take him time. Other stuff, JK. He didn't know what he was
yeah,
doing.
yeah.
Didn't know about football. We said it. That's why he sacked Tuchel. Didn't know what he was doing. Then he brings Potter. Didn't know what he was doing. Then he realized he sacked him too late. Brings Frank Lampard. Even worse. Game lost. Lose. And the bad thing is, Frank's coming on these press conferences, laughing and joking with the media.
Can you imagine? This is
Yeah,
what I'm
you
trying to
saw it.
say.
I was going mad
The
before you come
seriousness,
on.
the seriousness in
Yeah,
this
he didn't
Chelsea team
take
is
it.
gone. The
He
fight and
didn't.
hunger in this Chelsea team,
Yeah. So
we do not see that. It's
when
all
you have a
gone.
manager, like Frank, saying, "Oh, yeah, but they gave everything, they played well, this and that." They same story. He was worse than Graham Potter for me in the
Not
end.
only the press conferences,
Yes,
you
go on.
you have a look at this training. I've stopped watching
Oh God.
Chelsea training sessions because they are not serious. I'm telling you. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What
No,
in
they
the
won't.
what sort of facilities do we have in this ground where they allow these players to be playing volleyball and basketball? You know what I'm saying?
Joking with
And
each
joking
other.
around, and they don't train.
I know. I've
Do you
seen
know what I'm
it.
saying? I
And
don't
Frank
understand
Lampard,
as well
we've actually
the amount of time,
co-standing
Nick,
now.
Nick, wait,
Yeah, go
the
on,
amount
go
of
on.
social media,
Yeah, yeah.
the amount of times the Chelsea social media has to post our training pictures saying that we're working hard on the pitch. How?
Mm,
Because when every week after week we're going to be losing, it will be the same thing. This Chelsea team only turns up in games for only 15 minutes, and then when the first goal comes, they capitulate, and that's
it's,
just where and that's just where it all happens. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's
And this is I can tell you so many games where
sorry,
this has
man.
happened, even games that I've been to myself. Do you know what I'm saying? For
Oh yeah,
example,
of course. Yeah.
the Southampton game, we got
Oh God.
dominated from front to
Oh God.
finish. Do you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? The first half, Southampton came out with that game with 60%
Yes.
possession. You know what I'm saying? And they look like a team. They look like the big team. They look like the team that were playing at home. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stamford Bridge has become a training ground for teams to come in and outplay us. Do you know what I'm saying?
It was
Do you know what
terrible.
I'm saying?
I was there. I was there, and before that game, I was saying, get Potter out. I was going mad out talking with fans. Oh no, we have to give him time. No, get him out. After the Southampton game, I said, what now? You still want him?
Nick,
No,
do you
they
know the
wasn't
funniest
sure.
thing?
Yeah, gone.
You know,
Yeah,
reports have just come out and actually from reliable sources, and they have been talking about Graham Potter when he was here. And
yeah.
guess what? He tried to tell the board not to get Enzo Fernandez. He was actually against Enzo Fernandez, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
know what I'm
can
saying?
believe it. Yeah,
And it
what a
just tells you
joker.
so much about his talent ID. Do you know what I'm
Oh my
saying?
God. God.
Even when you look at Brighton,
Oh my God.
When Potter was at Brighton, he was the one demanding for players. Do you know what I'm saying? The board will do it for him. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just the fact, and that's just how Brian operated with him. De
Oh
Zerbi
yeah.
is a different character. He will come in and he will say what he wants. Potter, they basically built the team around him, and that's just how Brighton function. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Potter's not that person to go and
Oh
and go and ask for this player, and
yeah.
this and
That's
that.
what
And
we
now I've
knew.
come to my
Yeah,
conclusion, Nick. Maybe
yeah.
these players that were brought in January weren't his.
What
Do you know what
was
I'm
that?
saying?
Yeah, carry on.
Because
Yeah,
Potter was not vocal enough in January. That's it. He didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? And this was the same thing which happened with Tuchel as well. Tuchel
yeah,
wanted his players, but then if you look at it, some of the deals he had, for example, like Rafinha and Kunde, those were all submitted by Bowley. They managed to
y-
find a deal with Bowley in that sense. Do you know what I'm saying? For
yeah.
example, remember when Leeds and Chelsea came into agreement for Rafinha? Do you know what I'm saying? All it needed was personal terms to be agreed, which needed an easy phone call. Do you know what I'm saying? Little phone call from Tuchel. This is not him saying that he's a manager. He can't manage. This is just a little phone call. Managers do it all the time. Frank Lampard will call up. Frank Lampard used to call up Kai Havertz and Timo Werner and explain
Yes,
to them
yeah,
about what's going on in the process. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true. Yeah, he
And then
did. Yeah,
Tuchel, and then yeah, our fan base were talking about, oh, Tuchel never got back. Tuchel never got back. He did. He got back. He got the players he wanted. Do you know what I'm saying? We just need to come to conclusion as well. And even Stav said it as well when he was here. Tuchel does not have a good talent ID, and that's just a fact. Do you know what I'm saying? You can saw
yes,
you.
it's true.
That's just the fact. You saw the way he sold Billy Gilmore. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Lots of potential.
didn't rate him
You
because
know what
he
I'm
was
saying?
short.
Never rated him
That's
because his talent
yeah.
ID was not good. At
No,
PSG, look at the way he sold in Nkunku. Do you know what I'm saying? You remember Nkunku played for PSG, playing
hmm,
at right back. He was getting shifted to right back. Then he would play as a centre mid, DM, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Until Tuchel saw him and said, you know what? You're not good enough. Now you see the Nkunku today, the same guy that Tuchel thought was not good enough for PSG. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, of course, I
That's
agree
the
with you.
thing. And these are all
Yeah,
facts that we all ignore. And we all say Tuchel never got backed. Tuchel did get backed.
no,
The
he
only
got
thing
back.
is he just doesn't have a
Yes,
good talent ID. And we have
I
to
mean
we have to admit it. That's just the fact.
that's why they fell out in the end.
I just
Because
wanted to address
yeah,
this Tuchel situation quickly. You know what I'm
yeah, and
saying?
that's why they fell out because Tuchel didn't want to go and do all
Graham
that.
Potter was just a puppet. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
oh god,
So just like
yeah.
he always was
I
at
was saying that
just like he always
before.
was at Brighton. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
unbelievable. Worse than a
You,
puppet.
you- just like
Worse.
he was
God.
you would just get controlled and manipulated.
Thank
Even the
God.
players will go in behind his
Yeah.
back and say Harry Potter and everything. You know what I'm saying? You see these January signings, he even admitted himself. He lets the board operate on it. He doesn't
Yeah.
ask for players. What does that
He,
tell him?
he doesn't know about players. You know,
Yeah,
where is he now? He's disappeared. He won the lottery and he's gone in hiding.
because he's
Uh,
got the money.
yeah, he's got the money. That's what he come for. You
He
know.
came to. I have a feeling he came to destroy Chelsea. I really
Yeah,
didn't think he tried.
yeah,
But then
destroy
the
and
saddest
make
thing is,
money to become
Nick,
a
the saddest
millionaire. God.
wait, Nick,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
saddest thing is knowing that a manager like Potter,
Mm,
we were playing a better football under this type of manager than Lampard. You know what I'm
yes.
saying?
Oh yeah, Lampard
Lampard
got
is
many
on
worse. God.
Lampard on another level is
Oh my
bad.
God. Oh that
I'm sorry,
banner.
but I think
Yeah, I
he should
said it.
stick, he should go to national. He should manage the national league team, or
I
or,
said
or, or or
before you
manage
come
a
on.
Scottish team like Hearts or something
Yeah.
like that. Because
When
bro,
you have time, after we finish, go and watch the beginning of the show and see what I said. I was talking
yeah,
for 1 hour about Tuchel, Potter, and Lampard and Mason Mount
yeah,
because I was by myself here talking. I've done everything, talk about the
yeah,
match, but you guys see. I don't want to repeat it, but I agree with you.
yeah.
Let's
It's just
welcome
everything.
Bobby. Let's welcome Bobby as well. And we carry on. Welcome, Bobby.
Yeah, big up, Bob.
Uh,
Yeah, big up, guys.
Big up to you. Thank
Um,
God the season is done. I think we all agree we're
I've
relieved
never
that it's
been
done.
so happy for
Oh
a
yes,
whistle to. It
so
felt like
relieved,
we.
relieved.
Do you know? It felt like
Yeah.
it literally felt like we were staying up. That's how I felt.
Oh
You know what
God,
I'm saying? Like I felt like I was in Everton's position.
this
I'm being honest.
this beats everything for me. I said it before here. I know Bobby. Uh, we've seen uh, we've seen us go down, relegated twice. We came back up, but he was better. The teams then were better because it didn't cost so much money, and the players were on these silly wages, and then
They were
players
on
that went
different
down
standard. The
were
standard was
fighting,
different then. That's the
and they
thing.
fought. They fought to the last game, even when we went down. I'll never forget Ray Wilkins when we lost to Tottenham, Bobby. I said it before, and we lost, and we went down, and but they played, they tried. This team we have here this season didn't show nothing, man, nothing. It's the worst ever Chelsea team since the first game I ever went there, in '69 was the first game I saw. This is the worst ever team, worst managers,
Nick,
uh, you
I
know,
saw a stat on
worst
BT.
managers in history, apart from Tuchel. Tuchel won us a champ. He won a few trophies, but the Potter and Lampard, God,
Nick,
Disgrace.
I saw
God.
Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank talking on Sky
Yeah,
Sports,
yeah.
and then the stats were showed about Chelsea's goals. I think expected goals a game. Chelsea, I think I've totaled this season. I think the worst goal. I think expected goals per game
Oh yes, yeah,
combined, and in
I
over
think
38 games throughout the whole.
yeah. I'm
And
check.
no other Chelsea team has done that.
We got
Even the
any
teams.
other topic that we're dealing with?
Yeah, yeah.
Anything
Sorry,
we're dealing
Bobby.
with right now?
Sorry, Bobby.
Is there any topic we're on now? Is there any?
Yeah, we started. I
We're
mean,
analyzing the whole season.
yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
talked about the Newcastle game after we do the ratings together. I was gonna do that. Then
Nick, I
KK.
don't know if I want to rate any player.
Our rating
I'm
level.
actually
Yeah,
I
we
don't
don't have
know.
to.
I'm actually
Yeah,
I'm
we have
drained.
more things to talk about, really. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bobby, we're talking about everything. Well, the whole reaction for this last season. Is this your worst season ever, Bobby? Tell
Look,
me.
I always put things in context.
Yeah,
You know, we've been through a lot. There's been some big changes. There are more big changes to come. A lot of work needs to be done over the summer in terms of players, sales, player purchases, getting the right players ready for pre-season, players that were injured, because whether we like it or not, part of our big problems was the injuries to certain players. And I keep highlighting it now because I don't want to hear that excuse next season. Reece James, Ben Chilwell, those long-term injuries aren't acceptable anymore.
yeah,
For 3 seasons, they've never given us a season, and the team suffers. Every time the team has suffered badly, it's been synonymous with their absences, and they're usually absent together. So Potter is going to have to look at things like that, the conditioning of the players. There's rumors he wants to keep Mason Mount. Let's see what happens with that. So for me, this is more a time of observation. We've now got the CEO, Chris Jurassic.
yeah,
So it's very clear that Todd Bowley and Ekbali have really stepped back away from the
yeah,
playing side, and obviously they're going to always still oversee things because they're the main financiers, and Bowley remains the chairman.
yeah.
But
I
believe you
hope.
me, all the stuff going on this summer
God. Yeah,
is all done by the directorship, and we need to see how that works.
yeah.
The
I said,
key is
Bobby.
stability. They need to
Yeah.
create a
Yeah. Sorry.
stability in the
Carry on.
club,
Yeah.
and hopefully, this is what we'll see this summer. That's what I'm looking out for. I've forgotten the last season. I don't even want to talk about it.
I
About it. To be
know. It's
honest.
best to forget it. Our
Yeah.
worst finish for 30 years. Um, you know, a lot of people are, they're blaming this one, that one. I'm not blaming anyone. I can't blame Bowley only. The players didn't show nothing. Uh, Potter, of course, nothing. Even Frank Lampard, absolute nothing. They all have to take blame, every single one. And I'm sure this guy will do better. I have a bit of faith now. He wasn't my first choice, but I just hope he gets the right players out first. Start there, get them out, get the couple he wants where we need that centre forward. Mostly, I think we need that centre forward who can get the goals.
That's good to hear from you because
Yeah,
you, like
yeah.
most of us, you never trusted Potter,
No, I
and you were
didn't.
right. But you seem to have some
Yeah,
faith,
no,
so
but yeah,
maybe that's a
Bobby,
good
Bobby. You
sign.
know why? First because I wanted Jose back. That's why I was saying, but Jose. No one sounded good to me, Nagelsmann or Enrique. I was saying, all right, if not Jose, bring Enrique. But I think Poch is better choice than Enrique now. After hearing, all these ex-Tottenham players talking about him, I think he can be the one to get us going. I will give him time more than I gave Potter for sure, because he deserves it. He's a proper manager. Potter wasn't no manager for me. He wasn't. You know, he wasn't a manager really for a top club. And Frank the same. God, I wish he didn't come and tarnish his name, because he has tarnished his name. Okay, the fans were singing his name on Sunday, but you know, we know deep down, everyone knows that he's tarnished his legendary. We always love him as a player, as a legend, but you can't not remember when he was managing, especially now he came back and at the press conference, laughing everything off with the media, talking like he didn't care. You know, same story. They tried. You know, when we were losing, we lost. When we got smashed by Arsenal, United the other day. You know, same stories, and he didn't show nothing for me. He really, for me, I still love the guy as a player, but never as a manager. And I don't think he can be a top manager. I don't think he's going to make it. He's like Gerrard. It's the same situation. They can't be great managers. Some players can, but it's not a lot of players who can. Great players. Name me one. Only Zidane, one of the best player in the world, became a manager. But even then, he had the players. It wasn't just about him. I think Poch can do something. Really, I have faith. You know, listening to a few things about him, I have a lot of faith actually. So yeah,
I guess the important thing about him is that
yeah,
having
well,
managed in the Premier League before, even though he wasn't successful,
yeah.
he
Even
brings
though he,
pedigree,
yes,
and he's going to be very motivated at this job, because this is a job that can make him or break him. If he makes it at this job, he'll walk into immortality. If he doesn't, he will never work again.
yeah,
So this is a big job for him,
massive.
and
God,
he's got the pedigree to do it. And I really, despite being a Chelsea fan, I really, really hope he does. I've forgotten all that Spurs stuff. Doesn't mean
yeah,
anything now.
me as well. You know, in the
It's,
beginning, even JK knows, Max knows. In the beginning, I thought, no, not another ex Tottenham. But really, he was an ex. He's no ex Tottenham player. He's not like we're getting one of their players, ex players, the managers. He's a Spanish manager. He's managed a Spanish and a French team. He's done well with, you know, he won the title. All right, he had the players, but he won it with PSG. Uh, and he got Tottenham, you know, when no one thought Tottenham could go. You know, finishing second, uh, Champions League final. Where did anyone thought that, you know, they could do that? But he done it. So that's why I'm having faith with him. Yeah, I don't care. I don't even think about Tottenham now when I see Poch. I see him here in the blue, um, you know, and this is why I see Chelsea blue. So yeah, I have faith. We're going to move on next year, I'm sure. And let's welcome Max as well. I don't know, his screen is black. Is that because we had a bad season, like JK's colours, or Max? Are you there? Oh, there
Yeah,
he
sorry guys, I'm here. I'm here.
You know
I'm
what?
here.
You know
I'm
what?
here.
Before you go ahead, it was pure black like a
I know.
JK's
You know
badge.
what? The camera came on, but it was pointing at the ceiling or something.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I
I
just.
thought you were moaning like.
Oh yeah. That black screen was probably an act for the way our season went this season. Yeah, it was nothing to.
It
It
was.
was a season
J,
full of doom and gloom.
yeah,
Grey.
JK. The season's finished now. You have to take the black off again. Your badge is still black. He's got his black
We're
badge.
still in mourning. We're still in mourning.
No, I think
You
yeah, I
know,
think we yeah. Go on. Sorry, Max.
I said there's usually a period of mourning and then it stops. So I think the period of mourning will stop after we get in our first new signing, and
Yeah, of
then I think
course.
we can start. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I was talking about that before you lot come. I was talking about. I went through the game, Frank Lampard's comments. You know, he was so glad that about the fans who gave him a great ovation, him and the players. Of course they are. You know, it's typical Chelsea. We always do that. And here's Curtis. He was at the game, actually.
Oh, hello,
yeah.
everyone. Hello.
Big up, Curtis. Yeah, big up to you. You was at the game, wasn't you?
Yeah, I was indeed.
How did it feel?
Do you know what? When we conceded the goal, it was absolute cack. We should have conceded that. That was such a savable goal from Kepa. Like, he could have saved it easily, and it could have been avoided easily as well. And out of all people scored that goal, Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, the player we wanted. Tuchel wanted. Yeah. What about the end of the game? Did you applaud Aspie and Lampard? Yeah. It was, yeah, they had to. I mean, he's still a legend. Of course, they're going to sing his name. Yeah. But like I said before with JK, I don't want to see him coming back again as a manager or interim manager.
Oh, no, 100%.
You know,
of course not.
Just come back as a fan. That's what I said to him. Because we know he can't do it. You know, he's not a top level manager. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go back. Max, we were talking about everything really. About the season. JK said he's seeing about everything about what what he felt last season. What's your overall thoughts about everything from Tuchel sacking till now?
Yeah. I started.
Yeah, sorry.
Listening. I started listening to this when Bobby was on, and I agree with a lot of things that Bobby has said. So what we have to be mindful of is that we were ruined by the government. They ruined us at the beginning. So so from what a lot of people said, this was a quick fire sale. So these guys didn't. Usually, a sale takes over. Look at the Newcastle sale. How long that took to happen. These guys, when the sale was going through, they already were thinking about how their plans for Newcastle and what they wanted to do for Newcastle. We didn't know who our next owners were going to be for a while. Obviously, we had the process where we had the Saudi Media Group, the Ricketts, and others involved. So the Bowleys got the job. Once they got the job, it was a case of they couldn't get their team together. They wanted to do it the right way because they wanted Michael Edwards. If we had got Michael Edwards in at the beginning of the season, then I think that everything would have been a lot different. So these guys have come in. Where they've gone wrong, the Bowley and Ed Barley, is they thought that they could run a football business. It's not easy to run a football business.
Exactly.
Running a company and running a football business is totally two different things. I don't know whether it was Marina who said, look, I want to go when Roman goes. I don't know whether she was asked to see through be part of the transition. Not that I'm a great fan of her, but because she would have been involved in some of the transfer dealings which are going through. And we've got to remember.
Was it the case that was it about Lukaku that she left? I think Marina and Czech wanted Lukaku to stay, not to be loaned out.
But he didn't want to stay, did he? He didn't want to stay. Yeah. And also, Petr Cech, I don't know whether he was marginalised or whether he took the decision, because we could have done with somebody like that to help these guys, because these guys were novices in the transfer market. So we could have done with a bit of help from one of those to see the transition through. And we also got to remember as well that we were playing catch up from the beginning, because transfers, a lot of people don't know, transfers are not done on the 1st of June or whenever the season starts. Transfer talks start after the January window. That's when transfer talks start. We weren't even allowed to negotiate with other clubs because of the sanctions that we were under. So we were handicapped from the beginning. So we couldn't negotiate. So the targets that we probably had in place before the sanctions, we had to abandon those. So we then had to start again from scratch. So it did look a bit scattergun approach from our new owners, but again, it was a case of maybe the targets that we initially wanted, other clubs had a head start on us. So obviously we got in these players, and I think where they went wrong as well was to back Tuchel in the market and then sack him a few days after. For me, that didn't make any sense. No matter
Yeah.
what went on with the manager and the owners, I don't think getting rid of him few days after the market closed done anybody any favours. So we were stuck with the likes of your Aubameyang's and Sterling's, who thought they were going to be playing for Tuchel, ended up playing for someone else, and that is going to have an effect on the playing staff as well. So Potter,
Yeah.
I feel a bit sorry for. He was in for a hiding for nothing. He weren't his players. He was probably out of his depth in hindsight. He's not used to managing a club of this magnitude, and where they went wrong as well with this was putting him on a 5-year contract and bringing in all the Brighton staff with them. I think that was a little bit foolish. They've learned the lessons, which is good. Poch is on a 2-year contract with an option for a third, and if he carries on doing well, we could keep renewing the contract. So I'm not a fan of these long contracts for managers, especially at a club like Chelsea. Anyway, you earn the right to add an additional couple of years. That's what happened with Tuchel. I remember Tuchel was here for 18 months. He earned that right for a contract extension. So I think that's the way it should be from now on going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with all that going on, it's going to affect the players. Players are human beings. So if anyone's been in a working environment where there's been disruption after disruption after disruption after disruption, then it is going to affect you. The company I work for, I just heard the other week that there may be 40,000 cuts in and the day after everyone came in, the mood was down because people were thinking, is it going to be me? And it does affect you. It does affect your staff. These are human beings, so we've got to remember that. And football is a game of confidence as well. And when things are not happening, even luck goes against you. When your confidence isn't there, even things like you see yourself hitting the post more than you should do, and goals, shots that should go in don't go in, and
everything goes wrong.
Everything goes against you. Yeah.
Exactly.
And and obviously the fact that we were lumbered with Aubameyang, who no one else fancied. He came in, to be fair, to play under Tuchel. He didn't, so that left us without a strike. And then Broja got his English. So how's your luck? Broja this season, I think would have the service and everything else, and the game time he would have done so much good. But for him to get that injury at the time he did, left us with no striker at all. And again, that it showed. I'm very critical of Kai Havertz, but again, you have to have a bit of sympathy for him when you look at the whole season. He's not a 9. He's not a false 9 either. No. His best work is as an 8 or sort of coming on from the wide right or something. And he was asked to do a job that he's obviously not capable of doing as a false 9.
True.
And so we just were lacking a striker. And then the only positive is that we scored more league goals than Erling Haaland. That'd have been embarrassing.
Just about
by one. And we stopped Erling Haaland from scoring against us twice. So those are the only positives we can take from the season.
There's no positives, I'm afraid.
But I'm just joking.
For me, Max,
I'm just being sarcastic.
No, there's no positive.
That's sarcastic. I'm being sarcastic.
There is positives. I'll tell you. Our young players.
What, that the fact we got a draw against Newcastle?
No, our young players.
The only positive this season was Lewis Hall. That's it.
Lewis Hall. What about
Medvedev? I'm so happy watching this guy play. I'm being honest. I'm happy. And I watched this guy play.
I thought he would have been some sort of experienced left wing back.
If you look at the story on how he came in.
Look at the way. I'm sorry, but look at the way he passes the ball and the way he crosses that fucking ball, but no one wants to score. The way he passes that ball is beautiful. It is.
Lewis Hall. He should have played more games.
But I was just about to say, what disappoints me when we mentioned Lewis Hall, but what disappoints me is that when he first came into the side, he was our best player, and then all of a sudden he was out of the side. And Frank Lampard kind of disappointed me because he's somebody who usually likes playing the young players.
We were saying, where's Lewis Hall? Where's Lewis Hall?
Exactly. And I'm just hoping that when Poch comes in now, forget all this a senior player, whether if you're good, if you are playing well, I don't care who you are leaving out, then
Yeah, I think.
if you warrant a place in the side, then you should be playing.
Yeah, I think.
And I think
that's
what he's.
Yeah, I think he's going to do that, Max. So
I think that's what he's going to do. Yes,
he
he
will.
did that at Tottenham as well.
The good things, the players we got in, we can't complain. Even all right, Mudryk has a long way to go, but the others, Madueke, Chukwuemeka, Kadej, what's his name? The Italian young guy, Kadej.
What's his name? Cassidy.
Cassidy.
Yeah,
Cassidy. That's his name.
Yeah. He's been scoring, over there with Italy under 20s. He's doing well. These young
we've got
players
Santos coming in as well.
That's a positive.
Andre Santos is coming in as well.
Yeah,
so we've got
him as well. He's been playing.
Yeah. But even you mentioned Mudryk though.
Yeah.
But you just mentioned Mudryk.
Yeah.
I think Mudryk next season will be good because remember when you think Mudryk, I think
Mudryk,
they had finished their season in Ukraine.
Yeah.
He's come into a mess. If he came into a settled squad, I think that we'd have seen a lot better. So he's come into a squad which is low on confidence.
Come in with no proper manager.
Mudryk, I love
Mudryk, but he's going to get there, JK.
Everything I've seen,
Mudryk, Max.
Yeah,
Max, the problem with Mudryk. I mean, when I look at him play football, I mean, I know the money speaks for itself, but then there's no way you can be this bad. And I'm sorry, I'm not saying that I will not give him time. I will, but then if you look at it, he really needs to up his game because the basics that he's not doing. I'm telling you. I mean, the ball control, I think, is the worst I've ever seen. Every time he gets on the ball, he loses the ball. You know what I'm saying?
That's confidence. It's got enough. Yeah. No, that's confidence, though. That is confidence. Because
if you look at Madueke, Madueke came in. But the Madueke came in, and you look at his ball control. Maybe it's not perfect, but the ball control is on point. He's doing the basics, right? Then I will allow it. But do you get what I'm saying?
But the difference is the difference is Madueke is English. Madueke is English. He's coming back to an environment that he's used to. Madueke is coming from a not Madueke. Mudryk is coming from a different environment altogether. So he's got to settle into this environment.
Plus,
I think Curtis was going to mention the price tag as well.
We keep saying the same thing about players that don't do well. Oh, they've come into a new system, new country, this, that. It's the same excuse over and over again. And look at the price tag. 100 million plus?
It wasn't him who put the price tag on there, though.
If he's 100 plus million,
no, but it wasn't him who set. It wasn't him who set the price, was it? And we got to be careful how we write off players so quickly because you guys, I'm not sure how old you are, Curtis, but certified. I'm not sure whether you saw Salah when he first came into the club. He was He was exactly like.
You remember Salah?
He was exactly
really.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
so like Kevin De Bruyne.
Exactly.
God, man.
Exactly. No, I don't think Kevin. I thought Kevin De Bruyne was good, to be honest. But Salah
was good.
You could see glimpses from Salah, but he wasn't the finished article.
Yeah,
he didn't have confidence.
He was. We used to remember. We used to dread when they announced Salah's coming on as a.
His first touch was a bit poor sometimes. I remember one shot he hit the corner flag, but you saw glimpses in his.
Wow.
But you saw glimpses in his game that you think
that goal we scored,
persevere with him, and he'll be special against Arsenal in the 6-0. Yeah.
What a game!
But
my brother's birthday.
Wow. It shows
you can see glimpses. That's what I'm saying.
So look at Mudryk now. That's what Max is saying. Mudryk is like Salah at that time. But look what Salah become. There's no reason why Mudryk can't become.
He's still young. He's still young.
I agree. Yeah, go. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Curtis. You were saying.
But look at the price we paid for him. I'd think it's the business if we paid that amount of price for a player. Like, come on.
Yeah, I like the young players we got. Mudryk as well. I like all of them. It wasn't money wasted. It's money, for the long run. These young players are going to be our future. With Fernandes as well. Don't forget.
But well, Joao
for
Felix is
Farmer,
not
for
going to be.
Farmer at the back. Yeah, go
Joao
on.
Felix, he ain't going to be included into the
Let's
squad next
see.
season.
We
He
don't know
doesn't,
what's going to happen with him. He
but
could
it's
go.
already been said like Pochettino doesn't want him in.
No.
What's your thoughts on João Felix, though?
I wanted him
What's
I'm
to
your thoughts
pissed
on
stay.
off
João
that he's not
Felix
going to be in next season.
not in Potter's plan?
I'm
Yeah,
pissed
I'm not happy with that as well.
No,
I mean,
I'm not happy.
I
because
can
he's the only
understand because
person
of the
that can
financial
actually put the
standpoint.
ball in the back
Yeah,
of
Yeah,
the net.
but Curtis, before you go ahead, it's rumors, from the journalists again. Poch hasn't said
No, it's
nothing.
not rumours.
Nick,
It's not
it's
rumours.
confirmed.
It's not
It's
It came
rumours.
not
from
rumors.
it
Wait
came
a
from the
minute.
Atletico
Nick, it's
Madrid
confirmed.
Have
president
you heard
confirmed
Poch?
it. No,
Did Pochettino say
I've
it?
heard the Atletico Madrid
Nick,
All right.
chair
Atletico Madrid said,
director.
Really?
He's
Yeah.
come out and said it in person that he's coming
So
back to the club.
he said he
Yeah,
doesn't want Felix.
yeah. He said because the manager said he don't want him. They just told us yesterday, so he's coming
Yeah.
back,
Well,
and that's just
bloody hell,
words from his
I
mouth.
wanted him
It
to
was an
stay. I
interview.
like Felix. Felix has been our best attacker for me.
But I
Yes,
remember
yes.
yesterday. I was on a
Yeah.
space. I'm not sure if you were on it certified. I was on a space yesterday when they asked him about Felix, and I said he's probably going to go because he's not a Pochettino type player. The reason is
Maybe.
Pochettino likes his. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's good on the ball and he's good. But if you look
Is
at
it
his off the
because
ball work,
Kuku's coming?
he
Kuku's coming. That's
that's
why.
one of the reasons, and he wants to
Yeah.
play in Kuka as a
All
10.
right.
And the other reason is that is he doesn't do a lot of pressing off the ball, does he? When we're very open when he plays with us, so
I
we
don't know. I
need
like the player.
people.
It's a shame.
Yeah, but we need
I
people
hope he changes his mind.
who can
Really.
show
I want.
desire. Yeah, but we need players. That's the thing. We look at what they can do on the ball. Well, a lot of our fan base. The reason
Yeah.
why Man City are so good, the reason why Real Madrid are so good, is because not only are their players good on the ball, but if you see them off the ball, you saw the way that Man City strangled
Yeah.
Real Madrid the other day off the ball. When Real Madrid played us, you see how hard the people like Vinicius Junior and what's the other Brazilian on the other side? His name escapes me.
Who's that?
What's Rodrigo? Rodrigo, yeah.
Oh,
If you see the
Rodrigo.
way
Yeah.
they work off the ball, even Modric at 36, the way these guys work off the ball, and we need players who are willing to do the dirty work. But I'm not
Yeah, but
saying road
I've seen
runners.
Felix go
Uh, uh,
back a lot. He doesn't just stay up there. He works. He
yeah,
goes
but
back.
he doesn't do it a lot,
Tries
though.
to
He doesn't
help.
do it.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I don't know. I like the player.
we are
Let's
left
see.
open a
Yeah.
lot. That's why we go from.
Yeah.
Once we break down in the attack, it's so easy
But
to
before
defend
we were all
to attack
saying,
against us.
you remember when he was playing good, we were all saying, let's hope he gets another loan like this.
I like him. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I would like him to stay, but I can understand why
We can
Poch is taking the
understand
stance.
with Nkuku as well, and maybe getting another striker, so maybe let's see what happens.
even at a financial standpoint, I can
Sorry?
understand as well. Because if you look at it, Chelsea have been paying 750k for his wages
Yeah.
weekly, and it wouldn't be fair if you look at it in that sense. Knowing
Yeah, maybe
there
it's
are
a money
players
side.
that
Yeah.
are actually on lesser wages as well. So in my opinion, it's really understandable. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think, about the money wise, yes, it's under about the fair
Yeah,
play
good point.
thing.
Because football is
Yeah.
also about team spirit as well. And
True.
if you've got having a player on loan, paying more than you, and he's not even part of the full-time setup, don't underestimate
I think
team
I
spirit
can
and
see him
synergy.
going now. I don't think he's going to stay. Pochettino said it already. He's gone. Plus, with a lot of others who are going to go. Let's come to that. Who you think, Max? All right, let's go to Jake. Bobby hasn't said much. Bobby, I'll start with you. Who's your players you think we believe in us?
Sorry?
Which players you think will be leaving Chelsea when Poch is here now? Who do you think he's going to get rid of to go shorten that squad?
You know,
Do you have any thoughts on that?
it's very sad. It's very hard to say,
Yeah,
but I think, a lot of it is already leaked.
yeah,
We know that he doesn't want Felix, which
yes.
has a lot of practical sense around
It's a,
it. I like Felix, but, he may not be necessary. We're trying to get a 25, 26 elite squad
Yeah.
And we have more than that, and that means there'll be some players going that we don't necessarily want to lose. But if we
Even
have
do you
better
see
options,
Ruben's
if we have,
reactions at the end of the game?
yeah,
He was
Ruben
waving
looks like he's
goodbye.
moving on. You
Looks
know how
like it.
much everyone knows how much I love Ruben,
Yeah, we all do.
but
Yeah, he got a great
I don't love
Curtis.
any player
Yeah,
more than Chelsea.
he got a
Mine
great
is
ovation from the
Chelsea, and
fans. Yeah, go on.
then Kovacic. It's likely, from his
He looks
attitude.
like he's going as well. As much as I love him,
So, yeah, but it's the Deadwood I want to see go. I hear, definitely Oba.
Aubameyang, I think he's gone as
Although
well.
Aubameyang's situation could be losing money
Yeah,
because I don't know who will take him.
true. What about what about Sterling? Is he looks like he's going to get another chance. I think.
Sadly, I think all the
Yeah.
new purchases, I don't see them going, to be honest.
Yeah, not right
I don't
now.
see Sterling. I want Sterling to go, but who's going to pay his wages? I don't see him going.
No one's going to buy him.
Koulibaly is not going. All the new players, even those bought last summer, that were not really great buys, they all will stay. And Ziyech is going.
Ziyech,
Pulisic is
as
going.
well. There's a lot of our main, core. They're all going. Our experience is going.
A lot of the loan guys are going.
Aspie's gone.
Aspie's going.
So
It's
we're gonna have
likely
if
we're sensible, we can try and sell Madsen to Burnley and put a buyback clause.
Yeah, I can't see him getting in the first team right now.
No, with Hall now. Yeah.
No. Lewis Hall's got the place.
Bobby, are you
Hall
well?
isn't going, but he might go on loan. He might go on loan.
Yeah.
Are you unwell, Bobby?
To be fair,
Sorry?
I think he should get.
I said, are you unwell? You sound like you got a cold or something.
Yeah, sounds like.
I'm in hospital at the moment. So.
You're still in hospital.
Sorry to
Yeah.
hear.
No, you're
getting there.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, Bobby.
So what was I saying? Hall might go on loan.
You think so? I hope he does.
To be fair, I think he should go on loan for experience.
Yeah, but he will get. It's better him playing. Now he's starting to play in the first team.
Let's talk about Crystal Palace.
Trouble is, if we are.
Yeah, but look at Crystal Palace.
If we are streamlining the squad, where will he play? Where is it midfield? If we get Ugarte and Caicedo and Enzo, that's our midfield really. Plus one other, maybe Gallagher, or Kante. Who knows?
We don't know what's going to happen with Kante still.
Yeah, we don't know if he's going to keep Kante. Then Chilwell has to get fit. They need to condition that guy. I'll be so pissed.
These two, I can't believe how much
the amount of time they miss from the team is not acceptable anymore.
No, and it's not just
it's not acceptable.
Everyone thinks it's a physios, Bobby. It's not just doctors and physios, it's them. Rich James has put a lot of weight on.
Rich James,
it's up to them. If they want to have a future, they have to,
they have to take care of their body. Yeah,
their body. What are they doing? Yeah. Both of them. We complain we haven't got doctors and this and that.
Something. I don't know.
It's a place. If a player wants to play, they should. They get so much money. This is a future. Everything.
Nick, me and Bobby were talking.
Reece, we've done everything to show him his importance. He's been given the money that Mason isn't getting. And, we're really behind him. But he's got to, work on his body.
Exactly.
He's got to stay fit.
He's put a lot of weight
James has to give us a season next season, really. I mean, that is disgraceful. Check it. Since he came back from Reading, how many games has he played in a season for Chelsea?
I don't know. If it's 2, 3.
No, if it's up to 15, we've been lucky.
Yeah,
I mean,
and look,
My worry is that he can be like another Loftus-Cheek.
I hope
Because
not. God,
Loftus-Cheek, remember when he
after
was
the
young,
injury.
he was the same thing. He was just injury after injury after injury.
Uh,
And he never fulfilled his full potential, Loftus-Cheek. Because
can I leave you for one with
had
JK? Sorry, Max. JK, can you
yeah,
just take over?
yeah,
Someone?
Yeah, of
JK,
course, of
you
course.
yeah. Because
just gone
for
on
me,
2 minutes, yeah?
okay, yeah, for me, had Loftus, not Loftus, yeah, Loftus-Cheek, had he remained fit throughout his career, you'll be talking about one of the best midfielders of his generation, I believe, because he had everything. You know, he's big, powerful, uh, graceful on the ball, but just couldn't stay consistently fit. And remember, he's come back and he's done had some good performances, and this is with that bad Achilles problem that he had. And take away that Achilles problem that he had, then you'll probably be seeing more out of him than what you're seeing at present.
Yeah. But, I still think in the case of Reese and Chilwell, conditioning, as you say, has a lot to do with it. Their attitude has a lot to do with it, especially Reese, perhaps a little bit of weight loss, things like that. Show your dedication. I'm not saying he's not dedicated. And I think perhaps where the club has let him down is that I don't think he's been shown how to take his body into consideration. They haven't given him the scientific approach to his own body. Someone like Cristiano Ronaldo went and did that himself. He got his own nutritionist, got his own physio and all that. But the club needs to help these players because, the fact that we don't have Reece James for so many games is bad for the team. It's just logic. It's disastrous for the team not having your main player, perhaps even your best player, available. Think that's Kante. I can understand because of his age. He's got to that age where you got to manage him with we treat him like wrap him in cotton wool a bit. That I think we'll have to bear with it. But Reece, no, he's a kid. You've got to make him sort his body out and give us a full season. And if he does, he'll probably end up winning Player of the Year. That sort of thing is even better for his career. Do you see what I'm saying? He will
Yeah,
really show what he can do. But all this stuff, no, it's just bad. It's just bad.
Yeah, like Bobby, like me and you had a conversation about it. Remember on the DMs, like you texted me about Reece James, and then
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
also,
did. Yeah,
yeah, and then I also said about also yes, you can say the physios are not good and everything. Maybe they are, but then also what physios do, they give you a health plan, an advice plan when you recover. Do you get what I'm saying? From what injury you've suffered, you know what I'm saying? How to get your weight back on track, your nutrition, you know what I'm saying? To get
yeah.
your fitness
I
back.
do know.
The thing is,
I
are
do,
they
do know what
following
you're
you?
saying. I'm sort of going through a bit of that now
uh,
myself.
Yeah, it's true though. I
uh,
mean,
do,
like Reece James, are these type of players following you? Are they the type of players who follow their plan, or are they just not going to listen to the physio? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
guys,
do
do you
whatever.
remember?
I wouldn't like
Sorry,
to say that,
do,
to be honest.
I mean,
yeah,
Sorry.
there's a
but
big chance it happens, Bobby. It happens a lot.
hmm,
You
but
look
do you
at
guys
Sancho. Look what happened
remember?
with Sancho. Go
What
on,
no, what I was
Michael.
saying is, do you guys remember when Jose Mourinho first took over at Chelsea? How many injuries did we used to have every season?
Barely none. Only I
Yeah,
am
you could
Robin.
count. You can. Yeah, he was the only one who was probably the sick note. After,
Yeah.
but everyone was managed properly as well. And the thing is,
Even
when
Damien Duff
yeah,
was
he
fit.
had injuries. He had injuries at other clubs. But when he came to us, he stayed
Chelsea, he
fit.
didn't. Yeah.
We, yeah, we didn't have any injuries. We had, and what they did, they used to have a data team. Used to um, look at them after before matches, after matches, and they used to have the right sort of nutrition, diet, and massage or whatever you needed for recovery afterwards as well.
Yeah, JT
And
had a massage every
yeah,
game, after every
yep,
game.
hmm
And boy, Mourinho uses players. He will flog you like a horse.
yeah, and but
Monday a game,
yeah,
Wednesday game if you got it, Saturday,
mm,
Sunday. He'll play
yeah,
you 3 times a week for a
yeah,
month.
yeah, yeah,
But they
and
stayed
you
fit.
And Bobby, what he used to do as well, he used to manage the game time, the players. When we went 2 or 3-0 up, he said, "Okay, don't overexert yourself." Remember, sometimes we just to play within ourselves, manage the
Yeah,
game, and then he used to take off people, and
yeah,
just that's when we only had 3 subs, not 5. And
yeah,
he just made sure everything was about the next game as well. You know, get this game sorted out. Let's think about the next game now. We've kind of won this game. Just don't do anything silly. And then that's what kept everybody at their peak fitness. And we also had 2 good players for every position. So it was a case of you didn't overwork somebody. Like you, when you said about Kante, Bobby, Kante was overplayed. Remember, you played. What did Kante in? It was big. Remember the cup game in the against Arsenal, the Europa League. He wasn't. He shouldn't have played in that game, but he played with so many injections. And then I think he didn't have a proper rest because he played in the cup, Winners' Cup afterwards when Lampard took over, and then that ruined him. And sometimes you can't. Some players are rushed back too early. I think with Reece James' situation, a lot of times he's rushed back too early because there's a big drop off when he doesn't play. We rely on him
yeah.
so much that he plays
Like
with
this
injured when he
time,
shouldn't be. Yeah,
you could
yeah,
see he was struggling, but he
yeah,
had to do it because we
mm,
desperately needed him.
yep.
I know
And
that
that's why.
this is where the squad depth is going to be so
Mm,
important. And, Frank said it, you need 2 players in every position, not
Yeah,
just for the
yeah,
competition, but for the rotation. Rotation
yeah.
is
exactly.
part of football. I get so angry at these Chelsea fans. Oh, so and so, why is he on the bench? That
Mm,
is part of football. And that's why Pochettino is saying you're paid to train, not play. I love it. I
yeah,
love it because that
Hmm.
takes away that expectation of, oh, I've got to be on the pitch. No, you haven't. No, you
that's
haven't.
why.
There are
that's
certain
why.
players
That's
make
why
themselves
City are where they
indispensable.
are, Bobby.
That's
Pep.
it. It's a
That's
job.
what Pep
Football is
has.
a job, isn't it?
It
It's
is a
Yeah,
your
job.
profession. At the end of the
You
day, if
know,
you want to play, go and play in the Sunday League team or something. If you want to play
yeah, I
football.
mean, the odd player here and there will make themselves indispensable. Your Messis of this world, your
mm,
Mbappes of this world. You play them all the time because you simply have to.
of course,
But the rest of the team is going to be rotated for sure. It has to be at top flight football. You have to do that.
100%.
That's why Man City are where they are because Pep is a
Pep,
master at rotation,
of
and he.
course. Yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool when they won the league. I remember once they went into a derby against Everton, and then you'd have thought that they'd have played their best team. But he started with Origi and some other fringe players, and they got the job done. Because I think they had 3 games in a week. That's when we had games over the Christmas. He had 3 games in a week, so he had to rotate his players out, and that's what we need to. That's what we know. We need to start doing that with quality players coming in.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm just wondering who did you vote for, you lot, you three here?
To go. Oh, I haven't done
No, the
mine yet.
player of
So
the season. Did anyone vote for
I didn't
Thiago?
vote. No one.
No
I
one.
didn't vote.
Yeah, I actually
I,
voted for Kepa, Max. Thiago was my second choice,
I wouldn't
but
vote for
he
Kepa.
deserves it. Um, yeah, go
Kepa
on.
had a good spell in the middle, but he didn't deserve it.
Yeah, but
Let's
he
be honest.
came in.
If
He showed a bit of passion for me. All the shouting he did. Thiago, of course, is Thiago. We love him. The best buyer, best thing Frank Lampard did. The only good thing he did was bring Thiago Silva. Nothing else.
everyone
Yeah,
was shocking for me, I didn't vote for anyone. Thiago
no,
is probably the best of a bad
he
bunch, but
got it.
I
He
don't
got
even
it.
think
Yeah, he
I
was.
don't
He
even think
was.
he had a great season. I don't think anyone had a great
But
season.
he got the.
So
He got the award. Good luck to him. Frank Lampard. The right thing he done. Like I said, the only thing he done was to bring this player to our club. We could have. Without Thiago, we would have got relegated for sure this year. Without him, we would have got relegated. That defense couldn't play without him. How many times we saw it? Yeah. Anyway, let's go to this. Your thoughts on a great legend here. What this guy has done for us the last 11 years. What's your overall thoughts on Aspie? Anyone coming?
Again, for me with Aspie, it's
Yeah,
he's he reminds me of when we had what's his name Ivanovic, in
Ivanovic.
that
Yeah,
you just saw he just
yeah,
he's not himself, and he just gone. The decline has been massive, and the reason I think the decline has been so massive with him is because when you think he went, was it 6 seasons without? I think it was 6 seasons without missing a single game, wasn't it, or
yes,
something
yeah. He
ridiculous
played a
like
lot
that?
of games. Yep,
And eventually, that's going to catch up on you as a player, and
a
especially
great
as he got
legend.
older.
Would
Especially
you?
when you think he's a
Yeah,
right as a right wing back or a right back. These guys do probably more running than most people in modern day football now, because
mm,
everything is filtered down that side for them. So he was a good servant for us,
I
and
think a great
very
servant.
very
Yeah,
consistent. He never, no one used to get the better of him, and no winners.
no.
But obviously, as the what years went on, as the years went on, he just declined a bit. So I just
Yeah,
feel, I
I
think,
don't think he could decline that
and
much. I think
no, he
even
did.
now,
He
even the
did.
last
He did.
game, you could see
No,
him
he did. He
defending.
was poor.
He
No,
can't run
Max,
up
Sam
and
Max,
down, but he can
Sam
still defend.
Maximan he had him on toast. Sam Maximan on toast
Yeah,
the other
because he
day.
hasn't got the legs, has he? But
Exactly. That's what I
he
said. So he's
still knows the
declined.
position
He's
to be
declined.
in.
Yeah, but he's
He's
as
still,
they say, the mind is willing, the body is
yeah,
weak.
exactly.
That's the saying.
But I
So,
think
and that's what it is.
he's
And
gonna go down as another great legend
oh,
up
of
there
course
with
he
the
is.
rest.
Of course he is. Of
For
course he
me, yeah,
is. Yeah. But for
yeah.
me, I actually think that we should have let him go
Last
when he
year,
wanted to join Barcelona last year. I think we should have,
yeah, yeah. He nearly did. I don't know what happened.
yeah.
He decided, yeah, Chelsea
I
wanted
think
him
Tuchel said that he wanted him to stay or
another
something,
year. Yeah,
apparently, another year.
yeah.
But
Good
for
luck to
me,
us. Yeah,
the mistake was just keeping him this season. I think he should have gone. Yeah,
yeah.
just for him. It would have been nice for him as well.
But even
Addy,
yeah, he saved
yeah.
us in a few games. Even him this year could have been worse without him and Thiago. I don't want to, imagine what could have happened. But yeah, with the
Yeah,
young
yeah,
players, like Luis Hall, Chukwuemeka, Medvecki, I'm really impressed with them. They're still very young. They're going to get better. And with Poch, like I said, Bobby, yeah, I do have faith with Poch. I've listened to a lot of, been listening to a lot of ex-players talking about him, and I think he can get this team going with the right centre forward. Bringing that number 9 we badly need. I think we need a number 9 more than any midfield or defender or whatever. Number 9 is got to be the priority, like Hasselbank said. Yeah, yeah. JK, you gone quiet.
Um, yeah, I was just listening. I was just
Oh,
listening.
yeah. What's
But
your
yeah, my
thoughts?
thoughts on Aspilicueta.
Yeah, yeah, go on.
There's nothing else to describe him. He's a legend. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And no one
yeah,
can't deny that.
of
Do you know what I'm
course.
saying?
Great
Won
legend.
everything with us. And I can't lie, it kind of pains that it was hurting when I saw him play his last game.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
sad.
hurt, man.
It was sad
It
for
was a
me
bit.
when I see him
The
waving
full time whistle
goodbye.
blew.
Yeah,
Everyone clapped him. It didn't feel real because he's been that
no,
player who stayed with us regardless.
of
You know what I'm
course.
saying? I mean,
And
and it looks like he's going as well. I
and you
mean,
see,
he's a legend, such a
yeah, I
good
want to
right
put
back.
this here.
I think the Premier League, you need to acknowledge Aspilicueta for his energy. On that right hand side, I think he's inspired a lot of right backs uh,
Yes.
to move a lot
How many years he
in
was
stamina.
the best right back in the world? How many years? Don't forget.
Yeah, yeah,
And
they
I'm
need to
glad they
acknowledge him.
made him that banner behind there.
Mm,
We will call him legend, not Dave.
mm,
Great, to
yeah,
see. Deserves everything. There was a no mention bound banners out there on Sunday, like Johnny Boy Minrus was saying they're going to be protests and this and that.
oh God,
You know,
Protest
You
of
know,
one.
this makes him
Protest of
out there
one.
getting
A
exactly,
childish.
single protest.
Max.
It's getting childish. Oh,
It's getting
He's an
really
it. I don't
childish.
fan
watch. I
base
don't
is
watch that
it's
guy anyway.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
it's
watch
watch
in,
him.
him, Max. I
yeah.
don't watch him. I see
I,
his
I only
comment.
watch it.
I
I
haven't got
only
any
watch
time
it to
for him.
laugh. I
God,
only watch it
No,
to
I
laugh.
don't even watch him
That's
to
it.
laugh.
no,
Oh
I
my
don't
he's
god.
watch him.
crazy,
I
man.
don't. I ain't got no time for him.
I'm telling
And
oh,
the
whatever.
funny thing is, he does his Twitter thing, his space, and you got thousands coming on.
Nick,
I
you
think they
know
Because
what?
just
You
people
know
haven't.
like
why I laugh?
drama. People
They
like drama,
they
Nick.
want
That's
to
what I'm
laugh.
saying.
I
They
think,
love
Max.
drama.
Yeah, God.
No,
Nick,
they
I
just
don't
you
like
go.
know,
drama.
I'll go 2 minutes, and I hear him, and I just leave. I go.
you know this guy.
Oh my God.
This guy. He just shouts for the sake of it. I feel. If you look at it as well, he wasn't all Todd Bowley out, Todd Bowley out. In
No,
January, I
before
saw his
no.
tweets. He was talking about Todd Bowley's got the minerals. He signed
Yes.
João Felix,
Yeah.
everything. Now all he needs to get is a Declan
Uh,
Rice, and then we'll be cooking.
When Bowley sacked Tuchel,
Once
then
Mount went, that's when he's changed
Yeah,
Todd
that's
Bowley.
when
now Tuchel.
that's what I'm
First
Yeah.
trying
of
to
all, it
say.
was
When the
Tuchel.
Mount news
Yeah.
came out, that's when he switched on
Oh God.
on the
Oh.
owners. How
And
embarrassing!
it's not just him. He's got people hating
He's a
now. They
big
want to go.
man. He's a
He's
big
got
man.
troops.
Max, I've met him in real life. He's, he's a fraud, man. I told you what he did. You know,
Yeah,
you remember, at
yeah. The
Ricky's
protest.
protest, picking up a bit of cardboard from the floor and write it down, Ricky's out, and going on Chelsea fan TV to show everyone he was
Nicky
there.
brought it in the stadium. I have his
Don't forget,
Instagram.
I was
He
there.
he
Yeah, go on.
posted. He posted.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
He posted after the game.
I can't believe
After the
these
game, he
people.
posted
Oh my
in. I think
God,
he was
man.
in the shed. He was in the shed end next to the
Yeah,
away fans, and then
he
he was
was.
standing there, and then
Yeah.
he was holding the thing, the rickets out, and he was holding the pen.
Oh no, it was, there was only him and me. I was on the other side of the shed at the game, and I had a proper poster,
Mm.
Ricketts out, and what's his name? Backs out, and all that. And the stewards were going to me, don't, make sure you put it down when they come out. I said, no, all right. I said, yeah, I put it under my seat. Then when they came out, of course I was showing it. And I see someone in the far other side with a poster. That was Johnny, had to be. But he wasn't at the protest like he said. He wasn't. I was there with 200 people, just over 200. There was no Johnny in sight. He came after the match, and we just walked there, and he said, "I started the protest." And oh God, I said, Johnny, why are you
Nick,
talking a lot of shit?
whatever happens,
And he wouldn't
the thing
answer
is,
me. He walked away with his friend Fata to the station. Like
Nick, as I
frauds, man.
said,
Yeah, go on.
whatever happens,
Yeah.
Chelsea will still be Chelsea.
Oh
We have
yeah.
one. We've
Yeah.
had one of the best players leave, Eden Hazard, Didier Drogba, Lampard. Our legend
Amen.
Aspilicueta is going. John
Yeah.
Terry left, and Chelsea is still Chelsea. The Chelsea that we know today is
Yeah.
still here. You know what I'm saying?
And
So I
you
don't know.
can see Mason Mount. Mason Mount.
This narrative that we should riot the bridge because Mason
No,
Mount is
man.
leaving.
Yeah,
No,
who's going to
that
ride
is
the bridge?
embarrassing. I can't.
No one's going to
It's,
ride the bridge. Only Johnny. That's the
and no
thing.
offense, Mount's a good player, but was he really that? Was he really that good to be
No,
hyping up like
not
that?
hyped like
I'm
that.
being
No,
honest.
that's what made
Yeah,
him not to become a great player because he
it's
got too
embarrassing.
many
It's actually very,
people
very
like
embarrassing. I've
Johnny made
never
him
seen such
fail.
a fan. The
Yes,
amount of bigotry. Oh my God.
and you see
Is it
what he
because he's
came out.
English? I don't know. I
But
really
you
don't.
see
I
what
don't
the
know.
fans were saying, singing. Go on, and you can see some
Because it's odd
videos.
behavior. I don't understand. It's
They
very
were
odd.
shouting Judas when he came out to applaud them. A lot of them were shouting Judas, not singing
To
his
who?
name.
Who was calling him
To
Judas?
Mason Mount.
Oh crap! That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yes.
No,
If
I
you
don't think he's
if you know
calling
your
Jesus.
Bible, then you know what a Judas is. It's not a good thing.
Because he's
Oh
going
my
to
God.
United. A lot of
Oh,
the real Chelsea fans. Here he is. Look, with Frank Lampard. He did. You see his face. He's not a happy face because he got a lot of abuse as well, because
mm.
he's going to United. Um,
Supposedly.
yeah, supposed to be. Yeah, Max. He could go anywhere,
He
but
could go anywhere. All I'm
yeah,
saying, he's not going to. He's not going to leave England. That's just the thing.
No, you can't play abroad. Who's going? He
There's
won't
talk
make it.
about oh no, that's Declan Rice, isn't it? The only way you'll go abroad is if his bum chum Declan Rice goes
Yes, exactly.
to Bayern.
But
He'll
Max,
join him there.
yeah, you said it because that's what they are used to. God, people think I'm crazy when I say, Uncle Ben's Rice and this and that, but I mean what I say. I don't see Declan Rice being a Chelsea, coming to Chelsea and making it. These people, a lot of our fans they're thinking of John Terry. That's the whole Declan Rice thing. I'm not saying you, Max, or Bobby, or JK, more. But a lot of our fans, like Johnny, me and Bruce, they bring Declan Rice and we're going to win everything with Mason Mount, Declan Rice. Oh, God. That's all I've been hearing. But it's a lot of crap. Most Chelsea fans, they know the truth and they follow the club, man. We support Chelsea, not any player. We saw the king, Max, when Peter Oscar left us, went to Southampton, the king of all kings, the icon of Chelsea, He left and went to Southampton. We were crying, but we still came back the next week and supported Chelsea. Not Mason Mount, not one player. Like this Johnny, he's a fraud. And I will say here and say all the time, he's a fraud, and people go and follow him because you're going to laugh when he talks. Yeah, and Peter Oscar came back, for the last he played another 2 seasons with us. But that's what you call an icon, a legend, and we were crying, but they didn't matter. We supported the club. No player is bigger than the club. No owner is bigger than this club. It's the club is the club. The fans are the club. God,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah,
God, JP.
yeah. That's hard to say. It's becoming childish. But
Too
let's just
much,
leave it there.
too
I,
much.
I don't know. I don't know why I don't know how we've actually made these sort of fans. But like, at the end of the day, is
Yeah,
what it
they
is.
can do
Fans
what
are
they
gonna be
want. It
fans.
doesn't
To be
bother
Yeah,
me.
I
honest,
don't
like
care.
Max,
Yeah,
I can't even listen to it right now.
no,
I,
Bobby,
I,
I
I
know.
Yeah,
jump on a space, hear what's going on. I'm off.
Yeah,
Takes me 10 seconds. I'm
I
gone.
know what
yeah,
you're like.
yeah, yeah,
Can't do
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
The
the
same
same
here.
with me.
I saw JK the other day. Not this. The other day, I didn't. I see he was doing a space, but I didn't go on there. The other day, I went for 2 seconds when he started with this Mason man, this Bowley hatred going on, trying to get people who hate Bowley and the board and go and protest and all this rubbish. I
Nick,
was like, oh my
the things
God.
he says about him is false. It's just so
I
false. And
know,
sometimes,
I
like,
know.
where do you get all these sources from?
He hasn't
Oh
got
my
no
God,
sources.
He
He
hasn't got
does
any
it.
he's a
sources. He hasn't got any
contradiction. Oh my
sources.
God,
He does it
I
to.
can't listen
You
to
know
him.
what? It's like
I only listen to him to laugh, man.
it's
It's
a
just so
show.
funny.
He
I haven't
does
got
it to
even
get
time to do that.
subscribers. So he's got thousands of subscribers. So he has followers, which he has. Good luck to him. He does it. I think he does it on purpose.
He got those
Yeah,
subscribers and things before he started talking like this.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
true,
I
Bobby.
follow him and that because,
Remember, we used to go on the channel on Jem's
yeah,
channel,
but
and he
all of
used to
this,
be
this
one of the
Mount's
like us.
obsession.
We were talking all together, but he
I
wasn't
don't. I
this
don't.
bad. He's getting worse.
I've
Yeah,
muted him, to be honest. I've muted him on Twitter because I haven't
Yeah, I
got
don't
time for
follow
that
him, Max. I'm not
negative
stupid to
energy.
follow
yeah.
that
I
idiot.
don't really follow him too.
No,
Yeah.
no, never.
It's just a group
But
chat that says, "Look how funny Johnny is," and I just join
yes, yeah,
and laugh.
exactly.
Yeah.
I used to go on there because Stills used to call me, with my number on WhatsApp. Come on, come on the space, it's Johnny.
Yeah,
Just to
he
laugh.
texted me about it as well.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
anyway,
Mm.
Stills,
But Bobby
he's
made a brilliant tweet the other day saying it's more embarrassing the toxicity amongst our fan base than anything that the new owners have done. Yeah,
oh God,
which
man.
I agree with. It's just
Yeah.
yeah, true,
No, it's true. It's true.
true. I mean,
and
that
you
Um,
guy
learn.
spent what 3 hours slaughtering the owners. I'm like, what is he
yeah,
on?
that's what
It
he
was
does,
just so
Bobby.
stupid.
Remember, we
It
used to
is.
go on these channels on James or Lewis's before with him. He wouldn't let us say a word All he talked about was
Yeah,
Mason
Nick,
Mount.
I used to watch
Oh,
Lucy channels in those days, and then I
yeah.
heard Johnny. He never used to let people talk.
No, never.
I'm telling you.
I
You couldn't
used
say a
to, the
word.
first I came across him was on Monsters channel
Yeah,
when
Monster, that's
Monster
it.
used to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
Same
be
here,
fair,
man.
I've spoken
Yeah.
to him before on Spaces, but when I spoke to him, he was actually nice to me. He's not really a bad person. If
Yeah.
you look at it,
If he lets you talk.
it's just the support he has for the club is funny. That's it.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
strange.
saying? But he's a nice
It's strange.
person in
Nobody's saying
general.
he's a bad person. I think
Yeah, I'm
most
just
No,
people
saying
even love him,
no,
he's
no.
a
But
nice person. I mean, I
he
spoke
just
to him. He's actually really nice.
overdosing with Mason Mount. He's been doing it since Mason Mount made it to the first team, you know. God, it's just, you know,
I
that's how
can't
he is.
lie, Nick. When Mason Mount went to the first team, first came, I was a bit of a stan as well. This guy,
Mm,
when he came in, he was incredible. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
I
no.
followed Mason Mount's
Oh, yeah,
career from
for
when he
sure. I'm
was
not
in
saying
the
he,
youth team.
yeah,
He
I'm not
was
saying he,
superb in the youth team. He was
yeah,
brilliant
I
in the
like
youth team.
Mason
Yeah,
Mount. I was watching him with
But
the
then
Derby
so was the
County.
other guy. Remember Josh
Um,
McClellan?
yes,
yeah, I
George
know Josh McClellan.
McClellan.
Yeah, yeah. Where is he
Josh
now?
McClellan, he's given up football.
Yeah,
Oh
has he?
crap!
God,
Yeah,
Really?
he's given up football. Yeah, he's
God,
given up football now. Josh
Oh
McClellan.
no!
God, man.
What? I thought
Someone
he was
sent me
still
an
playing.
article because he used to play for Brentford as well. A friend of mine, a Brentford
What happened
supporter.
to him
He
then?
What
sent
happened
me
to
an
him?
article. I'll have to
All
dig
right.
out the article and us to stick it
Oh,
in a group
He
chat
was such a
because
good player, you know. Oh my
yeah.
I
days!
actually
Josh
met
McClellan
when
actually
he,
gave up football.
yeah, he's given up football,
Oh
unfortunately.
my
Yeah, I
days!
When I
mean,
That's
looked at him,
shocking.
I thought he was going to make it because he ran the show with the youth. Him,
Yeah,
yeah, I
there was
remember
Gail
him playing
Kakuta
in the
once.
youth. Yeah.
I
Gail
remember
Kakuta was
watching the
another
youth
one.
team back in the day. I
Yeah,
remember like 16, 17
yeah,
ish. Tammy Abraham was there. Josh
Yeah.
yeah,
McClellan. Then there was Chalobar. You know what
Yeah, I
I'm
thought
saying?
yeah.
this guy, well, I thought he was going to make it, you know, to the first team, really.
I
Yeah,
thought
it's
he'd
sad. I
make it.
didn't even
Yeah,
know that till today.
No, I
yeah,
didn't
Wow,
know.
yeah, yeah.
But
crazy.
Mason Mount, you know, talking about Mason Mount, I did, you know, I was desperate for him to come back with Lampard at that time. He was great when he came. He was unbelievable. We loved him, but he just fell. Even last season with Tuchel, he wasn't the same Mason Mount at the end.
Mm,
His form just went to I don't know where. This year, you see, didn't look like he wanted to play for us.
mm.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's how it fell for me.
it did. At the end of the day, I do think Mason Mount can ball if he stays.
If he was to
Under
just
Poch.
fight for his place, yeah,
Yeah, that's if he wants to fight for his place. And
that's
for
his,
me, if he all of a sudden does actually agree to deal with them, I'm all
mm,
for it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he actually had second thoughts. He wants to fight
I
for this
don't
place.
think
You
he
know what I'm saying?
will.
Poch has
JK, I think
although
he's gone. I think he's gone. Really,
yeah, he probably is gone. But then at the moment I don't think we've received the actual bid for him yet. We
no.
haven't. People are just looking at him for now. You know what I'm saying?
They in talks. They've been talking. He's
Chelsea
been
want
talking
over
and stuff.
80 million pounds for him, which is actually reasonable plus English tax.
Mm,
So I do think we can get good profit off him if he was to leave. You know what I'm saying?
let's
But
see
then
what
if you
happens.
look at it, what I'm annoyed about is if João Felix and Mount are going, and Nkunku's
Mm,
coming in, I know, but then
yeah,
you need that depth there. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, are you telling me we're gonna keep Havertz? Because
yeah.
he's neither a good 10 either, a number 10. Yeah, people say he's not a
He's dropped a
striker, but
lot.
he's not a
He's
good 10.
dropped. Yeah, I don't
I've
know.
seen it. If you look at the way Havertz plays, yeah, even when you see when he plays deep and when he tries to create, he still
Mm.
doesn't pick out a pass. You know what I'm saying? And those are basic traits of a number 10. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's been terrible. God,
And
terrible as it
we
was.
can't keep giving excuse to this guy. I mean, he can't, he's just not good for the Prem. That's just for me. He's not Premier League quality.
Let's see what it's
That's
up to
just what it
Poch
is for
now.
me.
If Poch
So we
wants to
need to
give
get in a
him,
10 as well if we're selling all
yeah,
three of these players. Because I don't think
yeah.
Carvers can't play. He can't play under Poch.
You
Even
think
if you
so?
look at the way he plays, his body
Yeah.
language, you know what I'm saying? He can't. This is
Let's see
it's
what
a hard.
happens. Yeah, you're right there. I think I can see him leaving as well.
Who's that? Sorry.
Havertz. What do you think, Max? You think he's going to stay?
I've heard something that what's his name wants him to stay. Poch.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe he
I
can.
read something about that.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. But
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't mind giving. I loved Havertz before. I don't hate him. Always liked him, but he hasn't been doing nothing
You know,
lately.
as I said to
Yeah.
you guys when I came on earlier, The
Yeah.
problem with Havertz is he's playing in a position that's not his proper position, and I feel a bit of sympathy for him because of that. It's just like asking Reece James to play as a striker or something like that. He's not a striker, so he's going to struggle.
Mm.
And
I just got your link, Max. Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
see.
sent it to you as well,
Yeah, I
JK.
see. Yeah. God.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Shame about this
And
guy.
yeah, but yeah, I think if I go on to who I think's leaving, because I don't think I've touched on my leaving.
Yeah. Go on.
Mendy's going to go.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go. A lot of clubs in Italy are after him, apparently. There's talk of Cucurella with Atletico. I'm not sure how much legs that's got.
Yeah. He hasn't shown
I
anything.
would,
God.
if we can get even half the money that we've got for him, with the emergence of Lewis Hall and Chilwell as well down that left-hand side, I'll take the money. Even if it's 30
Yeah.
million, I'll take that. Koulibaly, I'd keep Koulibaly. We need a bit of experience in the team.
Yes.
I wouldn't play him a lot. But I'll keep him.
We need
If we
him. I
get,
think.
yeah. That's because Aspie's going to go.
Aspie's gone. Yep.
Shalabar may go because
You think
I
so,
don't.
Chalobah?
Yeah, maybe.
I think Chalobah can stay. He's
I
still
want him to
young.
stay.
Yeah.
But I think he will go. If especially because the reason I think he'll go because homegrown players, the money goes straight back onto the books for financial fair play, and I think if we get an offer in the region of 25-30, then we will take it. When you think he's probably going to be fourth choice centre back, and we haven't got Europe this year neither, so that's why I think he may go. But it's 50-50, I think. He's got
Yeah,
a
I
balance.
think he can
So,
stay because of Reese's injuries all the time, and
but remember, we've got Melon Gusto coming in as a
Gusto's
right back.
coming. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
Yeah, another one.
And if we are keeping, especially we want to keep Colwell in and around the team
Oh
as well.
yeah, don't forget Levi Colwell.
So we've got Colwell, we've got Badia Shield, and we've got Fafana, and so that's why I think he may go.
Yeah, I agree now. Yeah.
So it's 50-50 for me. In the midfield, Cover probably go. I think he
looks like he's going.
He doesn't look like they haven't negotiated with him on his contract, so
No.
that tells me that they probably want him to go. They want to revamp that midfield, I think. Unfortunately, Kante doesn't look like he's staying in. At the time, he was got that contract for talks gone all quiet now.
He's gone quiet, yeah.
It's gone very quiet now. And there was talk the other day that he may go PSG. I don't know.
I hope we don't
But
let him.
I would like to keep him because we can't get rid of all the experience.
We can't let Kante go. God, not
so
Kante.
You don't have to play all the games, but Kante, he would be good for the younger players coming in to integrate them into the team
and to come off that bench when we need him. God, we need him.
Yeah, Mason Mount's obviously.
We won't have any experience at all. The way we.
I know. Mason Mount's obviously gone now.
Yeah,
he doesn't look like he's signing a new contract, so I think he's gone. Gallagher, I think, will stay. I know Crystal Palace are after him. Crystal Palace and Newcastle after him. I think he'll stay.
At least he gives some fight. Yeah.
Zacharia's not going to be. We're not going to exercise the option. That was confirmed today, so he's going to go back to Juventus. And we know about João Felix as well. Obviously, Ruben Loftus-Cheek's gone. AC Milan are in advanced talks with him, so they're sort of trying to sort out the fee.
That's why the goodbyes were. He was saying
goodbye. Yes. So he's agreed terms with he's agreed terms with AC, but it's just about agreeing on a fee now. Ziyech was 1 foot out the door in January, so he can get his other foot out the door now in June.
For sure, he's gone.
Pulisic looks like he's going to be joining Juve for a cut price 20 million, apparently.
Yeah, God, that's a lot of first pay. I'm just looking at the experience we're going to have left. That's what I'm looking at. Only Silva, Kante, if he goes.
I know. Yeah, I know. There's not a lot of experience in there. and then
Sterling.
obviously we're going to be
Sterling's
getting rid of.
supposed to be an experienced one, but he ain't doing it. Ain't showing nothing. I don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
We have
Yeah.
to buy a few players. You know,
Mm.
we're going to have to buy at least 3 players.
Yeah, and Aubameyang, another experienced one, although he hasn't done
Another
anything
one
for
gone.
us, so he's gone. So there's quite a lot of people out the door. That's why I think Havertz probably stay, because we can't get rid of everybody.
No,
so I
every
think
single
Havertz
one. God.
I think he'll probably stay, Havertz.
Yeah, it could be the one who stays out
And
of the
I
lot.
reckon that he'll try and play him. I think he's going to use him and rotate him with Nkuku as a creative 10.
Yeah, maybe he can come good when we have a proper 9.
If we
you
play
know.
him just behind the 9, then
Yes.
that probably would be a better position for him.
Yeah, that's what he plays, and he can become something great. I wouldn't be surprised when we get if we get Osman or whoever we get.
Yeah.
But we need to get
he can
a
play as
top
a
class
10.
9. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we have a 9 and him and Nkuku as a 10 sometimes if you don't want to play wingers. So there's
Could be some
options as well.
force.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I think with Poch, you know what you said there. He's roughly what he's going to do. I can see it happening because he knows how to get these young players going. I think.
And what's his name? Presses as well. He loves people who can press, and Havertz can press. And he is, say what you want about Havertz. His off the ball work he does work a lot. Off the ball.
You know why we've been blaming him a lot. We've been criticizing him a lot because we all thought he should be scoring, but he's not.
The thing is, that's it. When we're struggling for goals, and you see,
so we're blaming him, but we should blame everyone. Sterling
and as a striker, you're gonna look at him as
Havertz,
guy.
9 goals. He's still our top scorer out of a lot. So, what's that Sterling shown? Tell me. So but it's a lot of money. No one's going to buy Sterling, but I can see Sterling.
But I think he'll do all right under Poch.
I
think Poch will get the best out of him. I think.
Let's see. Go. It's about time.
Yeah.
I hope so. Let's see what happens. 1 or 2 games I saw Sterling really, really playing good, showing some passion and really strong, but not many. I think 2 games when I've been, watching live at Chelsea, I saw Sterling play really good. Most of them were really bad, very bad, and that's why they had to take him off all the time. But we have to give him another chance, I think. I hope Pochettino does what he says he's going to do. Well, he hasn't talked yet properly. He's going to do his press conference soon. I don't know when. He should have done it, I think. He hasn't talked yet, has he, Max?
No, I think they said he's coming into officially July the 1st.
Yeah. So maybe
which doesn't make any sense for me.
No, I don't know. He's our manager, so what's?
Or maybe it's because of compensation he may be still under contract with PSG.
Maybe.
That's the only thing I'm thinking
maybe.
of. But although he's not officially in the capacity, it probably doesn't make any difference because he can be working on stuff behind the scenes anyway, telling which players he wants, which players he doesn't want. And I think
no, for sure.
When does pre-season
start? Happening for sure. Yeah, go on.
Pre-season, when does that start? Does that start?
Pre-season will start.
So as long as we get him in for the first day of pre-season.
No, sorry, almost July. Sorry, July.
The first week in July. So as long as he's there for the first day of pre-season, that's the most important.
Yeah, I think he will. That's when he will talk probably. I'm waiting to see what he says. I want to hear him talk. See what he.
I love to. Yeah, I want to hear.
That's what I want to hear.
What I want as well is somebody who's charismatic. I'm fed up with this boring, cliched match day press conferences.
Oh yeah, God.
Jose Mourinho used to look forward to his press conferences because they were entertaining.
Yes, we couldn't wait to see him.
We
hadn't had anyone
since. Was so dead. He was.
Even Sarri was better.
Conte was good. I like Conte as well.
Conte is always good. Conte knows what to say. God.
But But yeah, Potter was just.
Potter
I
and
gave
Frank Lampard as well. God.
I gave up listening to him in the end.
And Lampard, I wasn't looking. I didn't want to see.
Yeah, Lampard's ones
didn't want to
weren't
see him
great
talk
at all.
anymore. He was talking the
His
same.
first one was good. When he first came, he was good. But after that,
yeah.
everything else was just, you
It's
said, the same old nonsense.
rubbish like the team.
Yeah, just repeating himself.
I can't believe, he's still. Yeah, go on, JK, go on.
Yeah, I was just listening. Literally, these managers in their press conferences, Potter and Lampard, they were a joke, man.
Oh,
You
what's the-
even, Nick, you've even told me, have you listened to press conferences? All I said was no. You think I want to listen to these people? Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God.
was
Yeah,
listening.
it was
I got,
terrible.
just recently, I couldn't bear it watching him laugh.
Tuchel was good. I like watching Tuchel's ones. He was good.
Tuchel was
Tuchel's
good.
one's good, yeah.
I was looking forward to Tuchel every one. Even Sarri couldn't talk, but I was looking. He was different. Lampard and Potter, God, my God, man, it was like a joke, worse than a joke. Both of them. I can't say Lampard's better than Potter or Potter's better than Lampard. They're both the same.
No. Lampard was better. Potter was the worst.
You think?
He was so deadpan. He was terrible.
Yeah, as a manager, Max.
As a manager?
Yeah.
Lampard should give up managing for good.
No, he has to stop.
I read a great article earlier about Lampard. It said he should forget about making excuses and look at himself. That's the only way he's going to get better. He's always blaming other people.
Before all of you come here, go and watch the beginning of the show and see what I said about talking to Frank and everything. I said a lot of things. I was talking for about 1 hour before you lot come. Let's go to the comments. Snoopy's here. Snoopy, we've missed you. Where you been? What's he saying? How can you yell, come on still? What? How can yell, come on still? I don't know what you're talking about. Max, can you make that out? Or
how can yell, come on still?
He's trying to... I don't know. Snoopy, explain to us, please. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, we're yelling about Lampard. Maybe I don't know what he means. Anyway, I think you have to explain to us, Snoopy. So let's. I think we said everything. Anything else we have to talk about? JK.
No.
I think we said everything. We have to move on, Max, and let's hope Poch does the business. I have faith, like I was saying to Bobby. It's not like Potter when he came and I was down, and I feel, I have a feeling with Poch. And, a lot of men, when they come out, it's like Tuchel. I had a feeling, not a great big feeling, but I had a feeling he was going to be good. The same with Poch. I have a good feeling. Let's hope I'm right, like I'm usually are, like with Potter and Lampard. We knew that was going to be massively wrong, but at least they owned up. Bowley and the board accepted. They said we made mistakes, and we're going to leave it to Poch. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Max, for coming.
Yeah. Okay. No worries. Yeah.
So I'm going to leave out with a great video. If you want to watch it, stay on. The great video I have with Blues of Color. It's something to watch for everyone. Yeah, Snoopy, I don't know what you're talking about, but we're going to close now. So I will leave everyone with a great video, the greatest song in football history, Blues of Color. Let's move on. Let's hope with Maurizio Pochettino next season, we will come back. I'm sure we will. So thanks whoever watched us. Thanks for Max, Bobby, JK, and Curtis for coming on. Thanks a lot. So goodbye and good night to everyone. And God bless you all. And let's find Blues of Color to finish, to go out. Where is it now? There it is. Yeah. So big up to everyone all around the world. And thanks for supporting the greatest club in the world. Thanks. Good night.
Chelsea is our name. Come to the shed.